ちょっと待ってね。棒読みちゃんを起動するから、ちょっと待ってね。棒読みちゃん、棒読みちゃん、棒読みちゃん。デスクトップ、マルチコメントビューアーを起動して、えーっと、ちょっと待ってね。もしもし。それで、ちょっと待ってね。一旦これ覗いた上で、素で開いて、ライブのあれを見ないといけないんだよね。リンクコピーとツイート。でいいか。ちょっと待ってね。これでコメントを打って読んでくれるかを試さないといけなくて、とりあえず一旦削除しまして、出力を追加 URL コピって、接続、で、ここにメッセージ入力、テストと。で、読んでくんないから棒読みちゃん連携して、棒読みちゃん読んで。
アキローゲームチャンネルさん、棒読み。
OK、棒読みちゃん読んでくれた。というわけで配信をしていきますと。まあアーカイブ見てくれる方もいると思うんで、まあ質問なしなら適当に続けて解説をしていくんですけど、サンフランシスコショック対ダラスフュール、今年の優勝チームと準優勝チームの、エキシビジョンマッチが開催されましたと。これ表記逆なんだけど、こっちが、ショックで、こっちがダラスというような感じの試合です。メンバーの交換としては、新しいメンバーがショックは、タンクのマックス、DPS のヒーソンだっけが O2 ブラストから入りました。で、ビンタイムっていうメインサポートが、ソウルから入りました。なので、とりあえずこの試合は、バイオレットがベンチというか、試合に出ていない形になります。対するダラスはそんなにメンバーが変わってないのか。ダラスのメンバーは正直全部把握してないからわかんないけど。さあ、どんな構成が見られるでしょうか。A stage tournament, but enough about that. We'll stop torturing the Fusion fans as the speaking of fans are riled up, as are we. So let's go ahead and unlock the doors. というわけでお互いの構成が見えましたが、トレーサーにキャスディという、構成が出てきましたね。俺も正直ランクも回してて、かなりキャスディが強いなっていうのは思っているところで、そうだね。
結構近距離戦が多くなってきてる。ラマットラが入ってきて、特にそういうポイントが多くね。
for the first map type here, and we are going to see the unlocked portion of these two teams. Very, very likely, we all knew it was going to be the case, but the same supports we've been seeing for a while, let's just say, won't be named, but see Fielder and Shio as they do it one last time with Dallas Fuel.
From the outset, Big Man after Dave, going to be locked in there, not going to be finding a kill quite just yet. We'll fan the hammer trying to break the Winston bubble. Will be able to do so far. Still no kills to be found. Max is going to be taken down to a sliver of HP. Narrowly survives. Still is under fire. Looks like they will be able to stabilize. And Max actually going to find the opening kill as Gio's going to be taken out. Fielder has his work cut out for him, trying to stay alive, trying to keep the team topped up. Sparkle will alleviate some of that pressure by finding the kill here onto the tank, but looks like it's going to be the Shock who are widely winning out the fight as Heesung goes ahead and paints the kill feed red. Bot now going to be taken. The push starts coming through. Shock now in the lead.
Yeah, it's just so much more pressure on Grio than there was on Proper there. You can definitely tell if you watch both health bars. Proper was able to do a lot more safe damage, a lot more resources had to be burned by Fielder to save Grio there. He did end up falling, so the position got a little bit muddled, and San Francisco Shock will get control of the push for now.
Not being contested, they're trying to go for this high ground. Nate's going to take Hanbin down to about half HP. Just have a slight little lead towards that primal rage, but Max is keeping pace, but also takes a hell of a lot of damage. Managed to sustain to keep him alive. Full spot back from Sparkle, not going to be able to find a connection. Gorio sat here on the high ground for a target. A couple taps coming through. Doesn't nearly have this Deadeye locked in. Proper going to be taken down. Nice little shot from him. Finds that kill to help try to turn tides to the fight, but the pulse bomb comes in from Heesung, finds Hanbin. Gorio going to be taken down, and that's the Shock kind of stealing this fight win away. But it's been shifted back into a more neutral position here for the side of the Dallas Fuel, but it looks like it's going to be shifted right back over towards the checkpoint here as the Shock regain control once more.
San Francisco Shock stopped the push where they committed the Kitsune rush, so Fielder uses the ultimate. Hanbin is picked. It was a huge pick there by Heesung with that pulse bomb. Can't use his primal rage, so they're not able to actually continue that fight into sound barrier territory and really utilize their ultimates to the best of their abilities. So San Francisco Shock with a nice efficient hold.
Well, they get the deny on the bot here, at least for the moment. Primal's got to be popped, but still in danger is Hanbin. He can't break line of sight, and Proper just wisely holds onto the ult, lets him go ahead and charge up, gets the double tap here on the Fielder as well, and that is going to be the checkpoint obtained. Shock now have the forward spawns, and can begin pushing towards the end of the map.
Proper is just pounding right now. They got locked out. Hanbin ults, but he's locked away. San Francisco Shock keep him away from his teammates. Everyone else has to stay inside because of the Deadeye, and he's still fully charged as the Deadeye on a primal Winston takes him out.
Oh my god.
Man's insane.
Sparkle shows himself for like 2 seconds, nearly dies. Proper just getting the taps across. That's going to be the sound barrier locked in now for Vinham. Drops the beat. Gio going to be matching. Pulse bomb held here by Sparkle. Still hovering around the backside of the Shock roster. Looking for a target as Gorio going to be using the Deadeye, but can't find much. A little bit of damage there onto Heesung, but doesn't find the full charge. Pulse bomb again from Sparkle, not finding a connection. So no kills found, but the bot's going to be stolen away as they did get themselves around the backside of the Shock members. But Proper still held down Sparkle, finds a kill. Pulse bomb out from Heesung. Going to be absorbed. Fielder wisely throwing down that Suzu, helps keep the team alive, drops in with the Kitsune rush. Gorio's going to be taken down, so now it's a DPS's comp here for the side of the Dallas Fuel. Just can't afford to really fight back. They don't have the ability to, rather, and they are just going to get swept under the rug yet again.
Max looks super clean on this Winston, and the main thing I've noticed about how San Francisco Shock have played this match so far is they isolate the DPS players into one of these side rooms, and then they collapse on the supports, or then just focus Hanbin, right? They split the team in half consistently. Max has done that so well. He's got another Primal available. The sound barrier to engage was beautiful. San Francisco Shock just running away with this one.
Yeah, looking incredibly clean so far, and I mean, as we heard from them during the interview, not a lot of time to go ahead and get scrimmed up in practice, so looking fairly clean here. Laid out Max as the Primal though, so he's going to be sitting pretty. Not too concerned as Proper's still alive, so Proper go kill. Gets the elimination, finds Hanbin. Sparkle going to be taken down, and it's looking like we're going to have a full push coming through right now. Wolf?
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely what we are watching right now, Achilles. I mean, this is a very one-sided affair. Now, Dallas Fuel do have a few ultimates coming online here. They're going to have to use this Deadeye to zone, but the problem is they're kind of stuck in spawns here. Heesung's got a flank angle with this pulse bomb. It is going to be really rough to get it out as Hanbin and get value out of this primal last minute.
Used aggressively as they go charging forward. Pulse bomb going to be lobbed in, doesn't find the connection, so Guryo going to be able to stay alive in the spawn room, but Sparkle trying to keep things contested, ends up getting taken down. Here's the jungle, they just go ahead and pump heals in the proper. He won't be able to find the kill this time around into Hanbin, but he swings the corner, finds Fielder with a mag grenade, and Hanbin has to exit. The bot continues to push as Shock look to go ahead and end the first map in style.
Wow.
このレベルの個人技を見せられると、どうしようもない部分ってあるよ。っていうのが、
Yes, it is. Fielder will be able to get one with this Kitsune Rush, but can only do so much to keep the bot contested there at the very end. And, yeah, as you say, a very swift victory as Shock will go ahead and take our first map.
個人技でつないでるところって少ないから、チーム単位で攻めさえしちゃえば特に怖くないっていうのがあったんだけど、ゴープじゃないオーバーウォッチはやっぱりダメージの特にダメージの個人技って多く出るから、
obviously, but we also have Chio on the hog. So we've got three tanks.
これはオープン Q で面白い構成ができて、オープン Q でトラック側は3タンク、ラマットラロードホック、なんだっけこの黒いやつ。ラマットラロードホック、デュームフィストにルシオキリコっていう、まあラッシュに近い構成だよねってところで、高台にアクセスする機動力を持っている、デュームフィスト。と、まあ、メインタンクを十分張れる機能のあるラマットラ、それとダメージ枠としても採用できるロドックにルシオキリコで、ここで面白いのはグリオにキリコをやらせていること、チオがサポートをやらないっていうところだよね。あえてダメージプレイヤーにキリコをやらせることで、こうフレックスサポートにはやらせずに、チオってフレックスサポートではないけどね、厳密に言うと。サポートにやらせることでこうフレックスに動けると。一方、ショック側は、3タンク、ルームフィストは同じなんだけど、より機動力重視の、レッキングボール、ウィンストンに、この3人だとしたらもうルシオはいらないよねってところで、ただマックスがキリコやってるのはまあよくわかんないと。これに関してはよくわかんないんだけど、半分ワスみたいな試合だからね。わかんないんだけど、まあ、キリコと。で、そこにフィンのウィドウ。これがウィドウがどうさせるかを注目だね。ある程度自由には打てると思うけど、自由に打てるのと、
We've got a DPS,
話が別だから。
and it's Finn that's piloting it. So I'm curious to see how this one's going to go.
Sparkle's like, no, Doomfist is a DPS I played from the old days.
I mean, if anybody can make it look like it, I'm sure it's going to be Sparkle. Dante is for a decent shout. He's concerned, but we'll see how he fares. Finn, in the meantime, he's got himself wrapped around the backside of the points. He's going to take some pot shots, cross over at the fuel members. Good punch there from proper Vinny. Down to a sliver of HP. Somebody get this man some healing. He's got 22 health and he's just sitting in a bubble right now. Looks like he will get top back up. Max tries to exit, but Fielder manages to strike him down. Finds the kill, and Sparkle will come up with one as well. So it's going to be a 2-for-2 at the end of it all. Finn's still alive, but I mean, he's going up against nothing but tanks, so kind of good luck. It's going to take multiple headshots to be able to find any kind of kill here.
Yeah, it's not looking like he's going to find an angle at the moment. Seeing what he can do before he drops dead. Speaking of,
yep, not much. Was the answer.
That will be the defense, and I would advise on attack unlocked Noomba. Widowmaker, maybe, you know, it's fun to play a little bit, maybe give it another shot. Maybe he's going to build his ultimate up and then see what he can find. As I like Chio's position here. For those who were Overwatch 1 enthusiasts, you know that's where the hog hides. That's where it goes.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Cheeto.
That's
going to be the new nickname on a
例えばフリーで打つと半蔵の方がインペースが高そうだし。
Well, drop down, there's a meteor strike, proper, looking for some damage, looking for a kill, they will get the Sparkle, nice little seismic slam, takes down Guryo as well, so 2 members dead, Finn trying to stay alive as the minefield gets dropped in by Heesung. Even though locked away from the point for
そ
the
んなこと
moment.
したらソルジャーでいいの
Dive
に
to the back, Hanbin gonna disappear, and it looks like the shot will finally be able to break open the point as
だからヘッドショ
Chio
ット当てる前
has
提な
nowhere
ら
to go.
移動なん
It's a
だ
nice little hook in though, just take down proper, but should be falling, and he does, and the cap will be coming through with just under 2 minutes left as Sparkle rejoins, dies to a mine, and now you got 420 blazing high. Cheetos for the side of the shot.
ロール Q で初めて
Man, the mine stops the recontest.
ロールシリーズ見たときなんか同じ感動がある
Just dies instantly.
全く知らないメタが展開される
advantage here, including the annihilation that Hanbin is
ある
holding.
程度ロール Q だと
So
ラ
that
ン
could
ク
be
ま
a
で回
huge
して
boon
て
for them to
こ
hold
のヒー
around
ローっ
this
てこの
corner
ヒーロー
here.
弱いこのヒーローとこの
Spin
ヒーロー
tries
が
to
相
get
性
line
いい
of
と
sight, sticking with the
いうのがあっ
Widowmaker
た上でやる
still,
けど
and starting to get a little
ロ
bit
ー
more
ル Q からオ
value.
ープン Q になったオープン Q から
As
ロール
we
Q に
do
なった
see Griot is going to pop the rush.
Okay, nice shot there from Hanbin. Gets the punch across. Vinheim going to be taken down. Bin as well falling. Good rush here from Griot, finding an immense amount of value, and they can go ahead and lock up the cart. And it's still here at the first corner, so not much distance gained at all. As
なんかみんなラマットラ弱いラマットラ弱いっていう
You're
空
just
想があったり
dangling from the edge, saying like maybe they
ミ
want
ドルレンジから近距離まで
It's
5年ずつも
Ramat
戦
for
える感
goats
覚っ
is
て
what Dallas is running. It's like a real comp,
これまでいなかっ
okay, except it's not allowed normally, but I feel like it's the strongest comp
基
for
本
this
的に
meta.
オリーサ
Like
シ
if
グマ
I
以
were
外は
running
み
a
んな
comp,
近
I'd
距
pick
離
the
で
one
戦う
Dallas
感じ
has.
で
They only use the
オリー
rush,
サシグマ
and
は
now
ミ
they
ドル
have
レ
the
ンジで戦
annihilation
う
still.
感覚であったか
Here's
ら
the meteor strike.
see.
このミドルレンジでも
Okay, drops down. So
近距離
aggressively
でも
used here by
戦える
Sparkle.
感じって
Gonna
いう
find a
コ
kill
ンセ
though,
プ
but
トす
this
ごい
force
面
out the
白い
sound barrier. Now getting matched from the opposite side.
まあだから
Both teams
こ
shield
こ
up, but
悪
again,
く捉える
Hanbin's
の POV
charging
みたいな
forward,
ので
pummeling his way to success.
タンクって何でもできるやつ
Well,
間違え
Proper will be able to find one for himself, but it seems like that is still going to be the card very much locked in
た
position.
なんかタンク
You
は
just
何でも
can't
できる
kill
やつ
Hanbin while he's in annihilation here. He's basically just going to keep
可能性の
leeching that
塊の方
health,
が
and
強い
when you're losing a fight like this and annihilation is still rolling, it's a rough time for San Francisco
だから
Shock.
ディーバ
And
がそうか
they hold the cart here
Yeah.
very
可
well.
能性が無限大のわけないけど
Okay.
シリコの位置
What
の
if?
先だ
Then with a
Oh, nice.
headshot, Hanbin taken low, the body shot kills. It's
けど
another little headshot tap in onto Chio. He takes a breather. He's going to be able to stay alive at least for a little bit longer here.
今日もディレイで
Will eventually fall, and finally the Shock will be able to go ahead and break through. So it just took about 2 minutes for them to finally breach the defenses here for the Fuel. They start moving, but they're only halfway to point B, so still have their work cut out for them.
You know, Finn doing a
移動で言うと
great impression of Violet's like support back when he would swap to Widowmaker in contenders, you
まあ
know?
だから
Two O2
例え
players
ば
of
来年
different
の
generation,
ト
two
ップ
San
の
Francisco
人た
Shock
ちが
players,
バイオ
but
レッ
sports
ト
from
で
different
使を
generation. Love to see Finn picking up the Widow and opening that one up. As Esong's got ult now.
He does. Hanbin finds Max. Little punish. The armor will still get popped
ヒロ
here.
でも十
And
分
the
活躍してた
annihilation,
か
I
ら
almost mix those two up. Sorry, by Hisung, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get too much done. Gets hooked in. Siphon Slam from Sparkle will go ahead and get the elimination. They also have the whole hog roll from Chio just to ensure that this card is not getting into be not yet good hook to get the punish. Allows for Vinheim to not exit. He will go ahead and reestablish control as soon as says, okay, enough Widowmaker. I'm going to go to the hog as well.
Yeah.
これが
I
メ
think
タなのかな
Sparkle and Hanbin just looked at each other with a smile when they saw the rule set. Like, there's no hero limits. They were like,
ラマットラロー
so
ド
they said we could play goats, but Overwatch is two goats.
まあドイ
Like,
ツのこ
we're
いつ
gonna do
互換
that.
決してるよ
We played a lot of
タン
that.
クではある
Well, Mystic, you know, we're pretty good at that.
やり合っ
And
て
Sparkle gets to be
ど
like,
うや
oh,
って
it's
も
Doofus,
互換
but it's
決
a
しない
tank now. And Dallas who are just
最近
running
ガ
a
リアの
comp that I
勉強を
think
してるので
San Francisco Shock eventually
やり合っ
has to match as they
て
do.
でサッカー源氏がいてエネル
Punch
ギーもらっ
knocks
て
Vinheim to the
完
side.
結しないタンク
Sound barrier built up by both of these Lucios, but Fuel is going to be taken down. Vinheim gets the better of him. Finds the kill. Chio
基本的に
gets proper
自
as
分が仕
well.
事すれば
So 1 for 1
完結す
so
る
far, but no support in the game right now
ラマ
for
ッ
the
トラ
side
も
of
自
the
分で
Dallas.
盾張って
Waiting
自分
for
で攻
Fielder
撃
to
するから
respawn, rejoin, but now Vinheim
自分で解
does
決
have
す
that
る
sound barrier online, but he's not going to get to use it. Good punish, perfect timing from Sparkle. Finds the kill.
解決力
With
があ
30
る
seconds remaining, it's something like point B might be unobtainable here
個
for the
人
side of the
技でのワン
shot.
チャン
It
も作
doesn't
れれ
look
ば
likely that they are going to be able to
団体
take this
で
one.
の
They
ワン
have
チャ
a
ン
lot
も
of
作れ
great
る
tools to
構成って
contest,
いうのが
but the ult advantage they have, it's certainly possible, but it's going to be a bit staggered how they have to get in here and touch. Max cannot die before he uses that rush, has to hold it.
It was a
当
good
時の
shot.
スリータンクメーター見てると
Hit across
ディー
the
バのい
field
ない
takes
ス
him
リータ
down.
ンク構成
Now the
ディーバ
Kitsune
ー
rushes. TP's in behind, looking to just go ahead and shove away the Dallas Fuel member. Sound barrier in from Vinheim as well. Up into the air, drop down, proper looking for the kill. Just
ハルとザリアロールホッ
corner
プみたい
for
な
the time being, but now the whole hog is
に
available. He gets the
まあ
hook
ドゥー
in
フィスト
proper,
みたいな
nearly
ところで
eliminated,
レン
and
ジが
eventually
持って
does
た
end
ん
up
で
falling.
現実だったり当然だったり
Still
なんだ
not
けど
quite there though. 0.69 meters left to go. Just as they clear it,
スポーツ
they
2より
will
は
be
こ
able
の
to go
感じ
ahead and get the cap. Sparkle was the one keeping it contested, and he went up with the
本当
meteor
はもっと
strike.
お
And
互い
that's
に
when
くっ
the
ついる
cap
と
comes
あ
through.
り
The
す
old
ぎて
tizzy
こんな
maneuver,
に戦いが
as we
長
like
引
to
くの
call
は
it, but this map is not done quite just yet. Shock it another minute and a half into the time bank.
Yeah, that's pretty massive for them. Proper on the Orisa now, and the push here is good. They can push around this corner, and because Ramatra can actually kind of poke away like this, is very annoying to deal with. He becomes a pseudo DPS here. He can be very obnoxious, and the cart's just going to keep rolling. They got a two-man pushing it around this corner, and Dallas Field used all they had left to hold. So, you know, in terms of ult economy, it's very even. San Francisco absolutely could
平
push
面
the
になる
map.
と何が起こるか
Certainly
ミドル
can.
レンジの戦
And
いが
now
多くなる
again shifting
Middle
away,
range of
goes
the
back
guy
over to
open.
DPS as the
短
Sojourn
期として強いのはオリーサとス
to
クロム
charge things up, swinging
Yeah, no,
very
yeah,
aggressively
yeah.
around the backside. As Chio just goes charging forward here with the Reaper, trying to break down these
まあ正直
tanks.
シグマを採用するぐらいな
Sparkle
ら
causing chaos,
ラマットラ
spinning
が
that
いいよ
spear,
ね
pushing people
ラマットラは
forward.
何でもできる
They should be able to win out the
You can
fight.
say
Yep,
nothing.
Annihilation is going to be able to come up with one. And now a
近づ
second
くま
as
で
Nissan
仕事
will
できる
fall.
近
So
づいても
20
仕
seconds
事ができる
remaining. Vinheim needs to get out of here. He cannot die, and he's going to.
That is
そ
really
れ
rough.
に似
That's
た
a
性質を持っている
huge
ダメージヒーローが
stagger.
今マクリ
And
なんで
obviously he's Lucio, so he can speed boost his way back in and get that sound barrier, but somebody else is going to have to touch and then hold on to this. It's probably going to be Finn, who's on the tracer now.
マクリがさっき投稿された理由で
Going through the motions, changed up his TPS picks.
まあいきなりマクリが最強ってわけじゃないんだけど
Drop down Chio,
Makuri,
finds proper Finn, going to be eliminated. The sound barrier is going to consider rush as well, but I don't think there's going to be anything really to be done here.
Blossom.
As Max is trying to keep things contested, but there's the Death Blossom, Vinheim going to be taken down. Heesung doesn't manage to find one, but the OT is dwindling. It will go ahead and tick down. So, very much winnable here for the side of the Dallas Fuel. Just need to have a successful push, but all of those initial holds, I mean, a 2-minute hold on the first corner after the point A cap was brutal for the Shock. Didn't do them any favors, and they can't quite make it to the end of the body.
I just feel like I want to say Dallas Fuel's showmatch roster here. They
近づいたらラ
certainly
マ
had
ッ
a
トラで
pretty
処理
good
を
read on what would be the best comp to play if this rule set, you know, held true. And they were like, "Yep, we swapped to Orisa when we get to the end because we need a tank that could. We need two tanks that can shoot from far. Doomfist could shoot like a little bit far, but not really Orisa far. And so they're like, "Nope, we're gonna swap to Orisa." And then San Francisco Shock had to keep matching the hero swaps there towards the final point. I mean, it's hard to analyze this seriously because obviously this is a very unusual scenario with, you know, no locked heroes and stuff like that. But props to Dallas Field for kind of figuring out the comp, and I like Finn trying the Widowmaker, but I think definitely costs them a lot of time. See what Dallas Field is running here on the defense will actually be Junker Queen.
あれツイートしたんだけど
Can definitely hold the high ground that way. And otherwise looking the same here. And Orisa, rather than running Hog or Doomfist here for proper once
リーグ
again.
も
I don't think we had this at all during the Legends match, so this is going to be
オ
your
ープン
first
Q
little
と
taste
ロー
of
ル
Jungle
級を
Queen.
ご
Yeah,
ちゃ混
Let
ぜ
me
にし
tell
て
you, Wolf, you dodged a bullet.
まあ例えば
Not
50%
being in
運
the
で決まる
I skipped
このマッ
the
プは
Junker
この
Queen,
マップは
man.
ロー
I
ル級
did.
The,
But I watched it, but I didn't have to cast
これ
it.
面白いね
The jokes, as everybody
この
likes to
角
dive in.
角
Here
で
we go.
上昇した
I got to dodge quite a bit of it, but yep, they're going to go ahead, try to surprise him around the
ただ
corner. But it's going to be
裁かれる
Chio who manages to find first blood with
ゴー
the
ツアンチの
Junkrat. Takes down Heesung.
ゴーツアン
Still
チ
a
の
lot to work through, though.
ゴーツアンチのゴーツア
Still
ンチ
has a
の
couple of the tanks, but Hanbin's just going to swing in, finds proper, and him going to be taken down, and then this is a cap on point A. So the forward hold, it absolutely nothing. Max is going to fall for a little bit of an additional stagger on the
対
back
戦相手
end.
に半蔵
And
とジャンクラ
Hanbin
ッ
can
ト
just
出され
swing up, keep everybody locked in place. The Junk Queen
ゴ
can't
ー
do
ツ
a
の手
damn
の届かない
thing
ところか
to
ら
really deal with
パン
Sparkle
ツを
here.
殺す効果
Well,
で
it's
すを
just
出
really
す
unfortunate for Heesung that
He
he,
also
on this Kiriko just ran forward right into a Junkrat he didn't know was there because they wanted to surprise dive, and that was the end of him. So it was basically a 5v4 from the outset.
4DPS 回す
And shield builds only half of the ultimate here on the Junkrat, so Grimtire's still a ways away, but it's going to be a massive tool here that they can build early with a massive time bank too.
Yeah.
Looking very good for them at the moment.
That it is. That and he's just got, okay, well, he's going to die. I
あと
was going to say, thick
アルザリ
you
ル
know,
ーム
tanks to just go ahead and just pummel with those names. So he
Doom
should be able to
Wolf.
build up that retire fairly quickly. I mean, so you get 20%
韓国の
plus
チームが
just that fight player there. Minefield going to be dropped in by Hanbin, just right onto the cart.
これはだから
trying to
ドゥーム
keep
にバリア
everybody
を
from
張っ
shock.
て
locked away, pushed away from this, so they can go ahead and gain some additional distance. Push into the back, Heesung under fire. Looks like maybe he managed to TP out at the very last second, but Fielder finds him in the end. A headshot comes across, finds that kill. Max can kind of punish though, takes him down with a pubble, now has the ult rolling. To try to keep this carp right on the corner of the bus, and so far it's working a treat for the side of the shot. HP bars still quite low. Finn can be taken down. Benheim needs to get back into here swiftly.
Retire's ready. Does have a pretty nice angle to use it on too. Probably just wants to hold it right now with the control they have. It's not even necessary. We'll probably use it for the contest.
They have nobody that can really assassinate this.
This is a good spot.
He's going to try to swing it around from the back, drops it down. He's going to find a 2-for-1 special. It's both supports now taken out. Heesung, not quite Johnny on the spot with that Suzu. Could have saved their lives, but maybe he was on CD. Either way, they end up falling, and this is a steamroll right now for the Dallas.
Yep, just running it back. It's just like the first map, except this time it's Dallas, who are absolutely controlling. Big need
look at
here,
this,
rather
like,
heal deny.
I mean, Finn pops the ult. They will get Hanbin at the end as he bleeds down. He's anti-out, but for the most part, the Fuel don't care that he uses that. They're like, sure, that's fine. We're just going to keep pushing. So 5 minutes, 20 seconds, and they only have to go like 20 more meters or so. Max is going to swap over to the Soldier 76. Try to see if he can break down some of these tanks. Sparkle, however, is going to find a Heesung right as the today rush comes out. The sound barrier is in from Fielder, and Max is getting hounded down, and he just can't escape. So
the observers are like, it's Soldier 76! And it's like, no, it's not.
It's over, is what it is. Dallas Fuel will go ahead and pick up a win. So they get absolutely clobbered on our first map of Esperanza, but as we go into Bonnie, they manage to take the win. So that's going to tie things up at 1-1, which means that this is not going to be any 4 Overwatch here today.
No, not today. Definitely a more competitive series potentially here. Second map was vastly more entertaining, let's say. I did enjoy the weird stuff that we just saw, the new iteration of Goats with unlocked heroes, and then Finn playing Widowmaker. The Junkrat was the MVP role, and this one's going to be interesting. Obviously, we saw in the previous game, we did see Max and Hanbin both play some Ramatra, and they both seemed to be pretty well versed on it. Obviously, it was a chaotic game. It's hard to really tell, but clearly both of these tank players have played a ton of Ramatra. It's a new hero. Everyone's practicing it, right, and learning it. So I was not disappointed, so I think this will be a good one in terms of the tank matchup. A little bit of Torbjorn flair showing your flash.
Surely not.
Surely
not. But this will be intriguing to see, who does end up running the Sojourn on the side of the shock. Is it going to be Proper? Is it going to be Heesung?
That's a good question. In fact,
right now Heesung is taken. That
might be why Proper's actually Korean solo queue right now. He's like, if you don't give me Sojourn, I will play Torbjorn and throw the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm in a Korean solo queue game.
He just starts jumping out of the map and
he's like, yeah, okay, that's it. I'm just going to melee him on the way over, too.
He is actually going to be running this, and I wonder if this is, just fully to try to deal with the Ramatra somehow, or if he was expecting for maybe Sparkle to be coming out of here on a Genji, and that's why he's going to be running the Torb. Either way, he's got it locked in, so I'm excited. Team's going to be clashing now here on the high ground as the pummel comes out. Max is just forcing them back down the stairwell. Bionade going to be used by Fielder.
I mean, it's a really nice
big difference there in the supports, actually, just noticed.
Yeah, it's going to be the Brigida, of course, for Geo and the Ana, and the angle here Proper's taken with this barrier, and the turret is very obnoxious. But he's dead.
Yes, yeah, it is, but he is going to fall. Max is going to be taken out as well. We'll see if that's going to be an immediate swap coming through here for the side of the shock, as Heesung is only able to get a single kill. Nice quick shot from Fielder. Takes down Benheim before he can exit. And for now, it seems like Proper is still going to be running this. So, seems like he thinks maybe this can still deal and kind of harass out the Tracer a little bit on the flanking angle. Just make sure you have that turret down. He's gonna keep rolling with it.
He's building up a decent amount of ult charge at range here too, so he will have the ult to recontest potentially here at sub 50 if he can keep hitting it up. As soon as I say that, he is unable to get any more, but that's the idea, right, with this comp, because getting in position for a turret is so difficult.
Okay, Nano's out. Hanbin's gonna be juiced up. He's got the pummel at the ready, and I mean, Proper just doesn't stand a chance. You got the melee punches coming through. You got the ult rolling, so Hanbin's just gonna work down everybody as 3 kills come through from the ult. And now he'll go back over to being a shepherd, I guess. Is what this staff reminds me of.
Yep.
Just
he
hurting
just wards
the
the
players.
sheep. Yeah.
Does he look left? Okay. Well,
オーバー
He
クロ
like
ッ
didn't
ク
even
にサウンドバリア
acknowledge
に
Finn's
当
existence
選
there.
とまあまあ
Yeah,
強
he's
い
like,
から
nah, I'm not interested.
3つ揃っ
Yeah,
て
you
る
know Finn can just teleport away,
このア
assuming
ン
that
ゲージは
was
ちょっ
not
と
on cooldown. Okay, Torbjorn ult ready. Time for Molten Core contest.
Yep,
Area
Core gonna be
will
dropped in. Proper nearly taken out. As the overclock is there from Gurio. Does take a little bit of damage here from the flames. Throws down the disrupting shot. Of course, no live patch, so that it doesn't slow anymore. Still does a decent amount of damage, though. Hisang now going to be popping his ult as well. Quickly finds 2 kills. Hanbin getting headshot. Gets taken down. And mid-slide gets the side of the Gurio as well. So nice little turnaround here from the side of the Shock.
Hey, and San Francisco Shock fans, welcome to Hisong.
Yep.
Your new DPS player for 2023.
サウンドバリア
Yeah,
とか
Torbjorn
ら
ult to kind of disrupt the positioning a little bit.
逃げたところからも
Gurio
それ
almost
で
takes
使わざるを得ない
proper out, right? But he survives a little bit longer, and then Hisong overclock. That's all you need. It's done. It's over. And now Sparkle's
まあ
swapping
全
to
然
Echo.
トールメオンに対し
That he
て
is.
強いヒーロー
Let's
そ
see
し
how
てエ
this
コの会
fares.
話ではあるからね
I mean, I like the beam to be able to really take down if you can whittle away at Max in that front line. The beam to really just be able to get that
やっぱ
execute
ナノブー
finish.
ス
Yeah.
を
Don't mind it at all. And of course, you can have 2 Ramatras. Why the hell not? You build that up so quickly. Once you have the ult at the ready, but Hisang is going to say no to the Echo. Takes down Sparkle, but Max now going to be falling. The kill coming through is Gurio also going to be getting involved. Might not be with the overclock, but just the neutral fighting comes in, finds some nice shots. Finn with 1 headshot will give him elimination, but now he's got nowhere to go. And it's going to be a fairly fast flip here for the side of the Fuel, retaking control. Only 47% built up for the side of the Shock, and now getting ready to crest 80. So we're moving into final fight territory.
It's really rough here for San Francisco Shock because they have to be the ones attacking with Annihilation, so much more difficult to set that up. They don't have a sound barrier to pair, whereas Fuel have Rally armor on top of that, plus they'll have the Overclock. And Sparkle should be able to copy Max's Ramatra, as you mentioned, so looking like a done deal for Fuel as long as they can stick the
これアナ
landing
に
here.
やってよくられるの
Proper, he
か
gets
な
antied out. Chio moves over. They find the elimination. Turret dealt with as well. And that's moments before the Molten Core was going to be coming online. Hanbin now just ult rolling. There's nothing really the Shock can do from here on out. So it will end up just getting picked off, and it's going to be 100 to 47% on the
例え
first
ばあそ
round.
この穴を
Garden
作り
going
に
the
行くんだ
way
ったら
of
もう
the
後ろ
Fuel.
で全員で詰めれば穴
Pretty easy defense there with the ult advantages they had. I really did like the point that you mentioned with the kind of execute damage on the beam for Sparkle to add that extra damage.
あれは逆に
Adds an extra angle to
俺の
deal
単体で
with
言ったか
for
ら
San Francisco
チオ
Shock
が
because
カバーに来
it's
なか
a
った
flying hero that can, or hovering, whatever you
すれ
want
ば
to call
チ
it,
オは
that
カ
can
バー
come
に
in
来
and
な
disrupt from a different angle. I liked how San Francisco Shock tried to use the Torbjorn on the start, but then it felt a little bit forced.
確実
Hisong
に
has
ミラ
Proper's like
ー
right
確
now,
定
he's
する
just
と
like
安定になるの
trying to basically big up Hisong. He's like, yeah, like no one will even notice me if I play Torbjorn. It's going to be all about Hisong. But now they're going to play the real DPS. They're going to use a Symmetra for the warp start, teleport start, and then we'll swap.
特にこのマップなんかはあんまりスピー
Yeah,
ドブーストいらない
Neko is still going to be coming through
出
here
来上が
from
っているとミドルレンジから
Sparkle.
の
So
打ち
keeps
合いが
that,
多
but
く
now
な
we
るマッ
will
プであ
take
る
a
から
look at Proper here on the Sojourn. Kind of cemented
ラマッ
himself
トラ
as
固定ならルシオい
I'd
ら
say
ない
the
よ
second
た
best
だ
that we
マジで
had. In the
ラリ
league
アがベ
last
タで
year,
すね
only
ラリ
really
ハルトがベ
surpassed
タ
by
ですって言う
Lip.
ならもうスピードブースト
And
つけて
Proper himself
踏ま
admitting
な
to
きゃい
that,
けな
so
くなるん
Proper
ですけど
fans
ここは
can't
も
you
う
know,
お互い
make a case
に
about it. But
ミ
we'll
ドルレ
see
ンジ
how
か
he
ら打
fares
って
now today. Expecting
下
it
手に
still
ル
to be
シ
very well
オを
practiced.
つけて
And still dodging there from
接近
Finn.
しても
Not quite going to be clipped here by
お
Sparkle.
互
So
いに
just
同じ
managed
条
to stay
件になる
alive.
だけだ
Sparkle
か
going
ら
to take to the skies.
ヒールの弱いこの感じが先をつ
And
くわけ
eating
で
just a little bit of damage, but we'll be fine. Sparkle.
一応強い条件
Take
と
him
して
down, but it's going to be blow for blow.
タンク有利
Is
な
for
条
DPS,
件を
but Fielder
簡
lobs
単
in
に
that
作れる
Bionade, manages to find Proper. Now Chio going to be eliminated as well. Sparkle quickly swaps over the Tracer now, wants to be able to join in the fight a little bit faster, and also says, well, the Echo not quite going to be cutting it here when I'm playing against Proper on that Sojourn. So does go ahead and swap away. First lockdown to the point, this time going to go the way of the Shock as Hanbin dies in the back end. Fielder as well now going to be falling. Looks like Sparkle with the recall will be able to keep himself safe and alive.
マットだって
When we cast the Legends
ポジション
battle,
先
you
使って
know,
も強い
the
と思う
Ana buff and the Sojourn nerf didn't really make a huge impact on that second day, but here you
もう
can,
選択
I
と
think,
こう
really
レベ
feel
ルがあ
that
るけど
extra heal deny, and Sojourn's
多分
lack
分かりや
of
すいと思うん
ability
だな多分
really is very punishing right
何
now,
すれ
and
ばいいかが
Proper did get knocked out there,
遠
will
くから
of
手
course
つ
survive and
遠
hold
く
the
にいる
point,
と
though.
きは手つ
Sparkle
けて
swapping
近く
over
にいる
now
とき
to
は
the Reaper,
殴ればいいだ
but
け
it's
だ
a long uphill battle in terms of
いや
ult
それで成り
economy
立つ
here.
Yeah.
Doesn't have anything to chain with that right now, no sound barrier, no speed up, no Kitsune rush. Like, it's going to be rough to get value out of this Reaper unless they can win this fight
で
handedly
も
now.
DPS とか誰なんだろうなんか
Okay, well, it's going to be the Nano out on Iguria. Does not have the overclock to go with it. Sleep on a max, however.
近くにいるときは
Right
こう
as
し
that
て遠くに
annihilation
いるときは
starts
こうす
coming
るみたい
through,
な
so they put him down in the
パタ
dirt
ーン
for a
が
little
決
bit
まっ
longer
て
there.
る
Annihilation matched by Hanbin, throws it out, finds one
逆
kill
に言え
through,
ば
getting a
エイム
second
のい
now
らない
third
二
picked
度
up
メ
as
ーカー
Chio
なんだよ
will take down the tank of the Shock. Seems like the flip should
近く
be
にいるとき
coming
はサ
through
プライ
here.
ズ
little delay tactics out from Hisung, just trying to buy some time, some extra percentage, but eventually will fall to that rail shot. And the flip comes in at 57%.
Good delay here from Shock. They did commit the Annihilation, though, which I think is going to really come back to bite them potentially because the target selection was so good for Fuel that Max couldn't delay that much with it. Hisung doing a little bit there at the end. But now Dallas Fuel actually kind of turned the tables a little bit in terms of that ult economy. They've got their own rally online here. They have defensive setup with Sparkle, soon to have Death Blossom. They need to win this fight, though, or they're going to be in big trouble. But if they can do that, it could be a total flip. And it could be a 2-0 here on this map of Control.
A rally rolling from Vinheim. Chio going to be taken down. They cancel that one out.
No Sparkle.
Anti on a Sparkle. Proper finds both kills. Looks for a little bit more. Gets the headshot. Gets the shot on Nagurio as well. And Proper will just go ahead and ace the entire team as the Shock reflip into their favor. They don't even let the Fuel tie it up. And they retake the lead.
It's like, alright, I made you look good earlier, Hisung. I was playing the Turger and it was all about you. But now I'm on the Sojourn and it's all about me. And knocking Sparkle out of that fight with the anti-natal was massive because if he survives there and gets a Death Blossom, they can delay it, potentially turn that fight. And now he has to approach the point with Death Blossom, a much more difficult task, especially considering Shocker so close to finishing and tying this to a 1-1 at 80%. They will also have that defensive Annihilation here in this fight.
And about to be online here by Fielder. We'll see who receives that as the Pulse Bomb. Hisung not going to find the kill. Stuck onto the shield, I believe, of Chio. Can't break it in time, so the kill's going to be found. Anti goes down with the Chio for the time being. Popped by Max. Chio going to end up getting picked off. Hisung gets around the back, eventually finds his target. Death Blossom, however, going to be dropped in. Sparkle nanoed up. Does manage to find two. Looks for a little bit more. The recall going to be forced out as Hisung tries to stay alive. But Finn is left out to dry here on the point. Ends up getting dropped. Max has got nowhere to go. He's antied. And the flip will come through. So we're not done quite just yet. But still a very long hold necessary for the side of the field if they want to be able to win this and take it as a 2-0.
It's crazy how back and forth the ult economy has been in this second round here. Sparkle with the nano boost barely gets in position, grabs that double. Now Hanbin has the ult advantage. Max used his to try to win the map outright, or rather win the round outright, but fails to get the completion there. And now we see a Lucio swap, right? And San Francisco Shock have time, but they don't have the ult efficiency they're going to want to have here. So they'll probably lose one fight here, and they need to take it now.
Rail shot's not really connecting. Nagurio, ooh, just gets stepped on. Max goes charging forward with the pummel at the ready, finds the elimination. The cleanup starts coming through from Proper.
Who needs ults?
Yeah, not necessary. Don't need them. I mean, the nano was thrown in there at some point by Finn, but they will go ahead and clean this up. So City Center going the way of the Shock. Means that we will have to settle things on University to see who is walking away with the win and taking the lead in the series.
And who needs ultimates? Just going to go in there and knock the enemy DPS out, take out the Sojourn right away. With the Nemesis form, Max just steps on, as you say, the enemy Sojourn, and that's kind of a wrap right then and there. And even with Hanbin's defensive Annihilation, they just don't have the damage anymore. And Annihilation is not a end-all, be-all ultimate when your team is falling apart around you. You need a lot of tools to make sure that you can keep the Ramatra alive. There's extra damage there. You just end up basically holding the point inevitably forever while the rest of your team does things, and the rest of the team has this handicap. But if you lose one of your DPSs early on the fight because Max makes a sick play, then that could be enough. San Francisco Shock running back the Tracer Sojourn here will be Reaper again for Sparkle, however, on this first contest.
Yeah, Vinheim taking a little bit of time to try to figure out exactly what he wanted to run. Did settle on the Brigada at the end. Not going to be going for the Lucio that he was hovering for a little bit of time. And looks like they're just going to go ahead and clash over on the fuel side of the map. Shots coming across. Fielder just trying to make sure that everybody is nice and topped up. Bionade connects from Finn, manages the anti out on 2. Kill's not going to be found though, but it does keep them at an arm's distance now. And Nagurio picked off on the flag. Hisung with a nice opening. Now looks to get Fielder as well. Forces the back. Hanbin going to be taken out. And that is the Shock firmly grabbing control here at the point.
The Bionade was massive for Finn. You can see the range problem that Dallas Fuel has because they're running this Reaper that could just be poked at by the Ramatra that Max is running. Who knows how much ult charge Max built up at distance there. And Sparkle getting naded meant that he had to Wraith Walk early, so he just wasn't in the fight, built very little. Just going to swap straight over to Tracer here. The Reaper comp has failed. You don't get that first cap, feels terrible. It's now going to be mirroring this composition.
Let's see how he fares. Well, that's a good start. Immediately into the action on the Tracer. Finds the kill on the Proper, so very big key target. Max as well getting beaten and battered. Does end up popping the ult though, goes charging forward once again, but now is going to be antied out, gets taken down. They're only able to find Shio here in the fight, so Shock going to be losing control. He's hung in his dying breath, let loose with that pulse bomb as well, and doesn't find a kill for it, even if he had. Probably would have been enough time for the side of the field to reset, so it's going to be a decent little pickup for them as they flip the point. Only 48% in the bank here for the Shock.
Annoying Ramatra spam here in the choke. Barrier goes up, and he's just building up that ultimate. He's got it online now. Very great tool to use to control these choke points. Only having to deal with the flexing, or flanking rather, Isang.
Oh, proper dead again. It looks like Fuel kind of identifying the key number to go ahead and take out, so they will just go ahead and focus fire him. They find the kill. Trying to take down Max, but there's so much heal being pumped into him right now, and Anbin's going to eventually get taken down. Sparkle unable to find anything with a pulse bomb of his own. Fielder and Shio now under fire, stuck in a bad spot. Will end up getting taken down. It seems like the Shock should be able to just go ahead and regain control once more before the lead can really even be taken here by the side of the Fuel. So maybe they make it to 45, no, 44%. As the flip comes back through, and Shock will go ahead, grab this point for themselves.
Fielder is just looking for proper man. He's got a grudge or something. Gets that sleep, takes him out slow of a stagger here, but even still, San Francisco Shock have a great setup here to defend this point. 4 ultimates nearly online. And it's really, I think, on Sparkle to find another miracle pick. Can they find proper? Get him with a sleep. He's you know, on the side here, trying to duel with him to keep him at an arm's length.
Still holds on to the pulse bomb. Maybe he's going to drop down, try to pop that on He does not. Annihilation rolling from Max. Pulse bomb stick comes through. Not going to be able to find the kill, however. Anbin shrugs that one off.
Isang is lurking around with Vendame here, trying to spot the flank angle.
They found Sparkle down the Mega Pack. Going to take him out. Proper now, though. Opens up with the overclock. It's a headshot across. Anbin falling low, and Shot will go ahead and finish him off. Pulse bomb goes in. Proper will end up dying, but things still look very good for the side of the San Francisco Shock. They clean up Sparkle. That's the delay tactics gone, and that should be the OT bleeding get down. So a 2-1 victory on Oasis as the Shock will go ahead and take the lead now. This is true.
It's kind of lucky. It's
they
a lucky
at least have
one.
something that he's not doing that, but okay, now he is. For a second, he was not. So yeah, this is actually maybe a blessing, but never mind. Bliss is going.
Yeah, Fielder's like,
maybe a blessing, but never mind. Bliss is going to go ahead and take him down.
Max is like, man, no, I just can't play the far out. We're going to have to hold on to this point somehow with this weird full DPS comp. Okay, proper roll the tank.
Technically. Sparkle able to find Vinay. The wrecking ball looks to go ahead and get this cap away from the Shock. He's like, oh, he's got a 4 HP. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say he stays alive, but then Sparkle comes rolling the Tracer kind of distracting him there in that moment. Sparkle now gonna get picked off as well as Finn finds the kill. I mean, kind of overall decent stuff drawn here for the side of the Shock. They had the pharmacy comp to begin. Finn has the Soma to counteract against the wrecking ball, and Proper now makes use of that Doom Fist before dying, gets the punch, sending Hanbin off the side of the map. Getting ready to come through. They have it. Shock to retake this one. Proper's now going to be coming back on yet another tank. Now has the Sigma.
Yeah, we got May in here too. Haven't cast that. Zoe's cat banned it from the Overwatch League, so glad to see it back.
There you go.
Up to 60% of that ult charge too. Really nice ult to use actually in this crazy chaotic world. We have 2
Isang knows. Swinging the corners, like I know that there's a. So found MCD. Which
Reinhardt.
I think MCD might have the first ult of the game, as far as I can tell. So Pulse is at the ready.
Yeah, let's see where he can find it to lob. He's just kind of hovering, keeping the back of Reinhardt safe for Sparkle's trying to hold down the forward, not get hacked.
Finn getting jumped on. TP's away. There's the stick. Looks for the kill here on a Vinheim. Not able to get too much damage done though, but Vinheim kind of botches the jump. Does manage to goes down Bliss on his way back down, but ends up falling to Sparkle, who now has Reinhardt going to be taken down by Hisang.
Oh, just drop the Blizzard man.
So low. EMP going to be coming through. Hisang cleaning up house. Finds 3 quick kills, and Shock look like they might just be able to take this round.
Will get a little bit of damage done to Grio there with the Blizzard. Grio's down. We'll see what he responds with. Sparkle, that's an old favorite of his, so that sounds fun, as we do have a Bastion on the scene.
Uh-oh.
That's why Bliss was subbed in. Secret support Bastion tech.
じゃあバスケワンチャンある。
Fantastic. Well, let's see if we can get anything done with this. Having a Sigma on the opposite side is certainly
Let's go
going to
Bastion,
become
one
a
time.
little
Let's
bit
go
of
Bastion.
Bastion.
Let's go Bastion.
Get left
Let's go
on, gets
Bastion.
take it down, so we won't get to see it too much. I think
Oh,
Finn has been
Morten
on the
Koike.
Sombra the
Yes, I said Morten
entire
Koike.
game. Maybe he died once at the very beginning, but otherwise it seems like he's just been
い
able
や
to
バ
stay
ーシに
alive
一人いるだ
this
けでやっぱ
entire time
露骨に
and
差
find
が
some
出る。
value and impact for his squad. And with Curio getting taken out, I think that should just about be it. Quick touch from Hanbin, has to recall away, gets stunned
マジで
by
言
the
い続けて
Christian,
サポートを
ends
引
up
くしかない
dying.
もんね。
And then
あ
it's going to be
よかった
Sanctuary taken
NCD
by
サ
the
ポート引
side
けた。
of the shock. And
終
I
わりな
tell
ん
you,
だよな。
this is not the easiest mode to cast.
No, it's not. And let me tell you, like, the reason why I haven't done really any analysis is because A, it's been crazy chaotic, and I'm just letting Seth do the play-by-play. Achilles over here just
nothing
doing
to
that.
analyze.
And then I'm like, yeah, so, you know, Sparkle rolled a few of his favorites, but it wasn't enough. Hanbin got Tracer, which is also, like, just, you know, he got it there at the end, but he's a tank player, you know, and so, it's not that great. In San Francisco Shock from the outset, they had the Farah Mercy, and so that gave him a nice lead because of the synergy, except they didn't use it
振り切
well.
ってだけでもワンサポートでだけました。
Let's Mystery Heroes. Let's have fun.
All right, well, no supports to the side of the
体
field.
を
We
落
do
と
have
す
two
手段
tanks,
は
shock, no
バスケし
tanks.
かねえな。
With Finn,
Yeah,
there
これ
on
だ
the
ってダブルバブル
Brigitte,
来る
so
わけでし
we'll
ょ。
have at least some healing.
Symmetra?
They do have a Symmetra. We've also got Bastion v Bastion.
ダブ
Which
ル
could
バブル
prove to
に
be
絡め
a
て。
bit painful though, because MC
You're
on that
right.
Farah could certainly.
I mean, low-key,
ど
San
う
Francisco
しめた
Shock
で
feels
キーセン仕掛けた。
pretty good.
Well,
ワンチャンあるワンチャンある。ナイ
Guri's
ス決め
going
た
to
ら。
get
お互い
the
のバス
kill
ケ
here
が
as
落ちる。
Proper dies. Both Bastions instantly dealt
ザリアが
with.
強
This
い。
is
ザ
why
リアが
he's
強い。
Bastion
ウィン
folks.
ソンザリアが強い。ウィンソンザリアが強い。
Sparkle
あ、タレットが
could be
刺さ
down
る。
and
Like, Max is going to carry this, dude.
Max is juiced right now.
I mean, Proper, they have two
But he was
Torburns
also
and a
the guy.
Symmetra who's charging half of the ult. I'm like,
Oh,
how
also
does
the guy.
Dallas win this? Like, this is going to be tough, man. They also are running with a
Let's go
Reinhardt.
Coco
Good
and
luck with that one.
They still don't have a support.
got
They
that.
haven't rolled any
No
No
supports
heals.
at all.
Finn's like, I can heal this Symmetra. She's at
Lucio-
full health
Lucioならまだワン
anyways.
チャンある。
They got two Turburns. Okay, one now. As Vin name does fall, but it's a Bastion still good with the
締
comp.
めたら
Okay,
バス
Curio
ケはダ
finally
メだ
does roll a support for them as they
やっちゃダメだっ
get
て
the Baptiste, but Sparkle's going to be taken
あ
down.
バティスタ引いた。
MCD
バ
has
ティスタ
been
引いた。
trying
ワン
his
チャンあるの。
damnedest to do
け
something
引い
to
て
get some kills through. I think he's found one.
引いて
Max,
韓
don't
国戦にな
die.
るの
Not
待って
worth it, man. Don't die. Hold on to that
Bastion.
Symmetra. That's the crux
バ
of
ス
this
チョンバティスタワン
composition.
チャンある。
Don't die.
あ、ここタンクだ。
Be that barrier.
You don't know what's out there, man. A
タンク
Widowmaker
がレッ
could
キン
be
グボール
out
だ。
there. You just don't know. It's a mystery.
俺もヒーロー死ぬしかない。
Finn gets caught,
これは
taken
勝ったね。
down.
こ
Curio
れは勝てるね。
build
こ
up
れは
towards
勝てる
that
ね。
amp matrix, which I
あ、
feel
ウルタが
like
飛んできた。
with the
Bastion
Bastion and the
Bastion
amp matrix,
Bastion.
maybe Bastion then becomes a little bit more viable. We'll have to just wait and see
Kilo
if it does come
Bastion.
to fruition.
バスティオンが死んだら負けだ。
Barriers out from Max, just trying to keep everybody
Ah,
protected,
Bastion.
and well, we won't
あ、
get
シェイ
to
ベ
see
イダー倒した。でかい。
as Sparkle dies.
Max
サ
died.
ポートがいない。サポートがいない。
That was really
ストーパーをヒーロー
impressive.
に。
Well, see you next year, maybe.
ね
Maybe.
やばい。みんな死
The
んで
ice
る。
block, Bliss trying to stay alive, Blizzard nearly available.
That's
Vin going
Hugo.
to be taken down. Heesung as well going to be finished off, so now they lose out on the Diva.
やっぱワンサポー
Point,
トでもい
however,
る方が
still
強い
held
な
here。for the side of the shock at 44%. And Bliss will make his way over,
Really
trying to get this
support
cap
the
going for
community.
him. Oh, the
Oh,
bubble.
the bubble!
Protects the
ワボ
turret for a little bit
ワボ
longer.
ワボも強い
And。Max, okay, well, he claims Gurio, and then it looks like he
勝てと姫が
went
強い。
onto the train track, so
こ
I'm
の
not
チー
quite
ム
sure
の勝て
exactly
と
what
姫っ
happened
てこんな
there.
に強いんだ
As
よ。
Sparkle has rolled Reinhardt twice now. The Molten Core
Hey,
from Proper
MCD,
is
MCD,
dying.
support
Breath
us.
manages to find an
Support
elimination.
us,
Sock
MCD.
still holding on to the point. Is the pin not going to come to fruition?
Good job.
Find a kill, ends up getting taken down. Gurio with a bouncing nade
Oh.
will find Vinheim, however.
You
Trying to get back,
know.
but again,
Give me that
のモイラが
Overwatch
聞
League
いた。
minimap so I can tell what's happening.
yeah.
いい感じチャンスに
Where is anyone? What are they
サ
playing?
ポートがキリコしかいない。
What is my
キリコしかいない。
Why are there so many
圧倒的に
bastions
サ
in
ポー
this
トのヒー
mode?
ローの数が少ないから。
They just keep coming out.
確率が欲しい。
He might get a flux. Like, it could actually
キリ
happen.
コだけ倒す。
I
キリ
mean,
コ
the
だけ
field
倒すん
need to
だ。
get on to the point. Is
Kiko
what needs to
倒せ。
happen.
Yeah, they
Kiko
won like
倒せ。
two team fights, but haven't been able
キ
to
リコを倒
recap.
せ。
Yeah.
あ、シュメーター倒
Okay,
した。
3 kills. Surely now they get the flip. 92% ticking up.
ダメだ。
Would hope so.
キリコが
Here
倒せない。
it comes.
Okay.
Heesung actually survives, so we'll have a flux for
Kiko
the potential retake. It's weird to
Kiko
talk about whole
高いから
economy and things like that in this mode, but
Yes, the
he
old
will.
economy.
いいんだよな。
He's gonna have
いいんだよな。モイラを引い
Guerrero
た。
too
ワン
behind
チャンあ
him.
る。ワンチャンあ
If
る
you。guys remember that hero exists still.
なんかバスティオンがいるんだよな。
Debatable that
Bastion
she
あるし、
exists,
オ
but
キテ
anyways,
あ
in
る
this
し。
case, she has been rolled by Vin Dame, so he's a support player, and Heesung should be able to get a flux off here. Here it is.
Sparkle just trying to hold the high ground, and it looks like it's going to be a solo flux on that him, and he will die. Not much else to be done there. As Proper comes back, as the Junkrat instantly starts ripping them to shreds, ends up getting picked off, but did a hell of a lot of work here for his squad. As it looks like he's, I mean, they're playing around with it. Like, yeah, we could flip it, but we won't.
ポイント飛んでるぞ。
crowd pleasers,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. This team is
Wait,
going
Toreo.
places, all right?
Look, you know what? Let's go to Mega Base,
く
actually.
だらねえ。何してんだこいつ。
They want Finn to get a big double kill or something on this Cassidy on the Deadeye.
超遊んでん
All
じゃん、
right,
この試合。
all right, all
面白
right.
い。
99 to 99. Run it back,
Oh.
kiddo.
Oh my god.
いや、
This
早
is
く
like
終
the
わら
first
せろよ。
instance of Overwatch League players with like real BM
I
with
just didn't
control.
know
I've never
about
seen
that.
this before, actually.
もうだから
This
終
is
われ
like
よ。
the Overwatch equivalent of a Manor Nexus in like
この
StarCraft
ゲー
or
ムを
something.
も申しみたいじゃねえ
Match
んだよ。
fixing in my mystery heroes? What is this? Unbelievable. Simply unacceptable.
Call
They were-
Kespa!
Yeah. Let me report this to Sean Miller immediately. This is definitely against the code of ethics of the Overwatch League.
ああ、シールと入って、
In before Shock actually lose this,
黙
though?
ってた倒して。
they might. They
Because
might
they've-
just go to Mecha Base.
Heesung has ult. This is very awkward.
Okay,
Gets
well-
only one.
He's trying for it. The drop's not going to get the kill. Heesung's still incredibly low, and they don't
おい
have
ク
no
ラウド
way
ナイ
to
す
kill
ん
him
だよ
there.。
クラウドナイ
I
すんだ
think
よ
it's。going to Mecha
以内に
Base.
すんだよ。以内
Unless
に
Max
さすがに
can
踏
do
めよ。
something incredible with the Echo.
ただもうそれ死
Looking
ぬ
for
ぞ
the。flip now.
それ死ぬわ。
OT at least going to be
そ
forced
れ
out,
は
but
死
they
ぬ
quickly
わ。
get dealt with. The OT will start bleeding away, and I don't think anybody can touch. We're going to Mecha Base.
何しとんねん。
This is what we like to call in the industry some happy gaming.
Yes. Yes, it is.
何しとんねん
It's,
このゲーム。くだらね
A little bit silly.
真面目
I
にやり
think
なさ
that
いよ。
is the official esports term these days is happy gaming, where it is for fun only, and everyone is enjoying it, and I enjoyed it too. I liked it when San Francisco Shock BM'd Dallas Fuel a little bit, but then we're
ラマ
unsuccessful
ットラをリースラマッ
at winning the round, and now we're going
ト。
the full distance.
トスがえぐいな、これ。
That we are.
大タンク戦にあっ
As
た。
deep as we could possibly go.
大タンク戦にあったな。そう
So, let's see. All right.
大タンク戦にあったね。ス
We've
リータン
got
ク、
somehow Fuel rolled double Ramatra.
スリータンクジャンプだ
That
と、
seems like it shouldn't be allowed.
How in the hell?
It's
Okay.
Mecha Base also, so it's like, wait. This is actually not fair. And they also have Arisa and Junkrat and Symmetra. Like, how did Dallas Fuel lose this?
Okay.
Let's find out.
Yeah. Let's watch. Well, that's a good start for them losing it, I suppose. So Guryo going to take it down. I mean, that's a lion's share of the damage. Trying to really deal with the tanks. I mean, I also noticed the double doom fist here for the side of the Shock, I suppose. And yeah, Max and Finn going to be able to clean up some kills in the back end, and just like that, they rolled into. They went from double Ramacha into double Mercy. Just
Oh,
damage
no.
towards each other.
Oh,
スリーサポート。
I don't even know, like, if two Mercies can heal the same target, they can, right?
色、
Like, I've never even thought about that before. Like,
Finn clearly just didn't want to
no,
play
you can. They can
Junker
double
What
beam
about
the
Smash?
soldier. Carry! Carry, Sparkle, carry!
So one beams, and then one heals. They just keep him boosted and juiced at the same time. Swap up the pistols, just trying to go ahead and kill proper. They will. Oh my god, it's actually broken.
Mystery Heroes is educational.
Oh, maybe
Mystery
Finn,
Hero,
maybe
Mystery
Finn
Hero.
didn't want to get off Junker Queen and he actually disconnected
Yeah, I hope not. Since, like, I...
in front of.
What? Actually... But... When you... No, like, we did... Looks
Well,
like
yes.
him. Start of the map, like, I don't know.
Oh, that would just be. And we're
Don't
back
burn
into
down
it.
Sparkle! Alright.
Okay, keep him alive. You don't let him die.
No!
Oh, Hanbin! Okay, he stayed alive. I love how we were just fully
あ、
invested in
普
this
通にいい
now.
ことになった。さっきの
Double Mercy Ride or Die!
Okay, Bliss diving in, he's trying to find the eliminations, and
Oh,
oh
no!
Big name! No! You ruined it!
damn it! All right, well,
変で売りた
let's see
か
what
ら
happens.
だから
Sparkle win to respawn. He's going to come back on a Sombra. Hanbin rolls a Tracer again. As Bliss is trying to get this kill onto Heesung, and it's actually going to be Guryo who's swooping forward, finds the melee hit to get the kill. Dash across, the blade nearly at the ready.
一応本職にルシオやらせた
Himself
らダメだ。
safe. They're starting to push in on him.
He needs a health pack badly.
Yeah, still going to be low. Looks like he might have eluded the rest of the Shock for now.
No support
Inside I
to
go.
heal him up right now.
Hanbin taken down, still no supports as Guryo comes back on
Inside
the
I go.
Echo. We'll see what
Sombra,
Hanbin
Sombra.
rolls this time around. Double Sombra. Not nearly as good as the
ソン
double.
ブラソンブラ戦にやった。
Not as good as it used to be.
Yeah,
Like, if it was old
that's
Sombra, that'd be
okay.
pretty broken, but...
Proper just putting the
世
fist
界ゴー
up.
ル強すぎね。
Self-save.
Blade.
Blade is pulled. Oh, the push away from Max is just beautiful. Bliss is
世界
gonna
ゴー
die.
ル強すぎる。
Blade not gonna be able to find anything at all. Shock
ゴー
is
ツが
still
足りなくてこ
holding.
のゲーム終わるんだって。
63% now. As, yeah, they're gonna just start
敵がどんどんス
cleaning
ト
up
ップ
house,
してい
it
くもん。
seems.
They got a sound barrier, which is not fair. And soon
ダメだっ
they
て。
and self-destruct for delay.
熱唱ぶり切ってリモーバーワンサポート入れちゃダメだっ
Wait
て。
a minute, they're not allowed to have like
で、2タンクでしょ。
full set of
ダメだって
ultimates,
ゲー
right?
ムぶっ
That's
壊れ
not
るっ
allowed.
て
It's。mystery
2
heroes.
スキル入ってんじゃ
I
ん。
mean, now they're
Somebody
just getting
waste one
spawn
of
camps.
those. Samsung Shock is supposed to be fun.
The back
Remember
cap.
when it was fun in the second round? Are they gonna let him have it again, or are they just gonna let it go?
For a second, I
ゴ
thought
ー
that
ツ
they
や
were
っちゃダメ
going
だ
to.
って。
But yeah, I mean, nearly the rally as well. So 5 ults about to be here for the side of the
ゴーツだもんやっ
shot.
てる
Might not matter, and the fuel can't even touch the point.
マジでゴーツだもんや。
One of the EMPs goes out. Sparkle just trying to turn the tides of the fight, but the sound barriers there in response. Point currently being contested. One would assume by MCD. Looks like he is forced to translocate away. Self-destruct comes in. Touch on the point. MCD's dead. OT forced out for a little bit longer. As Hanbin tries to make his way over, and Finn is just emoting. He's like, yeah, I don't need the remech. I'm just going to stay in pistol in pilot form. Why not?
Now he does remake.
Okay. Oh, Proper, dead. Have they flown too close to the sun? Is this the turning of the tides? No, it's not. It's 132% closeout as we will finally get the conclusion here of our Mystery Heroes map.
ゴーツに似たような構成になると負ける要素がなくなる。
Yeah, and I can't help but think that the ban on the Kiriko from Shock was actually I was wrong. Fielder didn't come back in. But yeah, they just didn't want to. They just don't want to have to deal with it. Like, yeah, we know that we're going to be playing a hell of a lot of this.
説明あるこれ。
Mode, you
Yeah.
don't even know it's there.
Put it in gaming mode, runs in the background, keeps you all protected. So when you go into, you know, especially like custom maps and some other games,
Rock Band Kiriko. We for play here on Toronto.
リコソジョーンがバンされるとメタがどうなる
let's
か。
enjoy the Kiriko-less
Hey.
comps while we can.
Ash, it's happening.
Good
Some
to know.
dynamite value right there at the entrance, like it's the old days.
Shout out to Doa, Dynamiter.
Some good dynamiter.
Some good Dynamiter. As,
防衛
That's
側
an
は
old
完全に
reference. Good one.
we saw the Widow for a brief little second, but it's actually going to be Proper moving over to the
キープの代わり
Genji.
は
And he's going to die. Going to go find the kill, and Sparkle with a Genji as well. Always a treat to watch. We'll be able to get involved. Help set up for a kill onto Finn after taking out Vinay. And that's going to be the Shock, kind of having the doors slammed in their faces from the outset.
Yeah. And
基本的
good
にこの
start
カフェ
here
ガラ
for
ス
the
側
field.
は受け
Silver
が強い
Genji comp here for San Francisco Shock
経
can be
験
quite good,
サポー
especially
トが
into
とア
Diva.
ッシュが
You
経
can
験
burst
が
that Diva down with the hack,
を
but
カバーする
hard to
ディー
get
バ
into
と
range of the Diva.
敵本陣に入ってるゲームっていうのが
On the Proper, he's going to be okay. Dashes up onto the high grounds, instantly greeted with the bio nades, trying to find Goryeo, but just managed to sneak his way out of the window just in time to stay safe. Now Max under fire.
穴
It's the low ground, goes
ゲ
up
ン
to
ジが穴を開けて
recontest.
るから振り切って頑張りますよっていう感じ。
And for now, it's just going to be fairly neutral fighting, but with Sparkle falling, that should be the Shock opening up a decent amount of space, so they should be able to get their way up here into the marketplace, especially if Bliss gets taken down. Whittling away at him, and eventually Proper will manage to find a headshot. They get the kill. And things are looking very good here for the Shock to be able to roll their way into A.
MCD getting picked early there by Heesong was actually pretty massive. Heesong was able to, he decided not to just play with his team and look to burst out Hanbin when he comes in, but he actually found that cryo kill onto the Zenyatta, which really hurt MCD's ult charge as well here, so he's sitting at 53.
Ooh, great taps from Finn. Sparkle taken out. They're on the high ground.
As much as I love a mystery hero game, it is great to see Finn on his
ちゃん
main
と高台を
role
取ってる
here
サポー
actually
トを
popping.
みんな
Not
に
only, I was going to say Hanbin getting to play Diva.
Yeah, that's another treat that we haven't seen in a
それ
long
にこそ
time.
この上を取んなきゃいけない。
Well, I haven't. Maybe you've seen him a little bit more recently than I have. But
I cast
最
Apex,
初のセットアップ。
so not as much.
相
But
手
it is good
が
to
アッ
see.
プしてるワンアップを
He's already got that self-destruct ready to go. Max lagging a little bit further behind here.
Over
towards
the
that primal
back of the
rage, but it doesn't matter too much
Hello.
because they already have the cap. Now it's going to be a blade pull.
うわ、うまっ
I wonder if this was an intercept
今
by
の
Vin.
今の
A little bit further behind here towards
Cool.
that primal rage, but it doesn't matter too much given that
Hello.
they already have the cap. Now it's going
龍
to be a
拳
blade
飛んでく
pull.
るじゃん。
And I wonder
Hello.
if this was an intercept by Vinham accidentally, but he's the one who receives the nano either way. Maybe he was going low, they decided to just try to save the break, but the blade doesn't have the nano, he ends up getting taken down. Vinham now going to fall on the back end as Sparkle finds a kill, still holds onto a blade of his own. And that should be the cart halted. at least for the
こ
time
れ
being.
はあんまり
Sparkle
野良
is
では真似
popping
しない
off on his signature
方がいい
Genji.
レベルのプレイ
You
な
know,
ので
it's a hero that we know Sparkle is amazing at. You know, we haven't gotten to see it on him as much over the last few years in Overwatch League as it was like his main basically before Goats and stuff in the Element Mystic days. So I always have a soft spot for Sparkle's Genji. He takes out proper there. The deflection earlier, and the nano boost doesn't go off. EMP.
Yep, into the back, Heesung trying to set up for the kill on MCD, but he just kind of shrugs this one off, and Max went along for the ride. Heesung, he made his exit, and Max ends up getting picked off, so yeah, not going to be gaining any distance here. Going to have to be a reset, as the high ground still going to be firmly in control of the fuel.
Overwatch 1 EMP hits that Zenyatta. That's a death sentence. Not so much in this case.
Nope,
た
not
だ
at all.
ベニアッ
Looks
タ
like
ー
they're
打って
still
る
going to stick with this.
この範囲にディーバがいな
Boss
けれ
Finn,
ば
him taken low, gets finished off. Sparkle with a blade, manages to find the kill. He's looking for a little bit more, and will be able to get Finn. So now supportless are the shock. Have to wait for the respawns. And the cart, well, hasn't been rolling back. Certainly is not moving
その
forward.
としても
No, certainly not.
短
San
いから
Francisco Shock in
そ
a
れ結
really
構カバーできるな
comfortable position in terms of how far they pushed it thus far, but they're going to have some successful dives. Speaking of which, forcing the trance.
取り切れないん
They
で
do force the trance to primal pop just in time here for Max to try to stay alive, but takes a hell of a lot of damage, so he can't really
さすがにアクセスする
keep
こ
up
とで
here on the high ground. He's managed to find Sparkle. Jumps in, finds the kill, looks for a little bit more, is instantly met with a Bionade, so has to
一
drop
応
back
やっ
down.
ぱりウィンス
Self-destruct
トのジャンプってダメージを出
out
す
from Hanbin, but looks like he's not going to be able to find any kills. Does safely get back into the back, however, and MCD
ただ
gets
上の状
a
況って
Max has
報
been
告でし
so
か見れな
low
いわ
for
け
so long,
Yeah.
finally gets healed back up.
I mean, the Nano gets invested onto him just
Yeah.
to try to keep him alive, but it's not going to lead to too much of anything. He's actually going to die on the way out.
This is really unfortunate for Shock because now they don't have the Nano Blade. And keeping Max alive there was important. He got a mini, and it looked like, okay, he's probably going to get away, but they invest the Nano, so now they don't have it anymore for a really sick EMP Nano Blade combo where they have Rally to actually stick to the point on the cleanup. So Dallas Fuel really liking that they win that fight so cleanly, you know, with that ultimate invested. So it's a much easier hold now with Ashe on this high ground. And of course they have the Bob
い
available.
やとやっぱ同じ位置にいるのが大事
Okay, Rally rolling.
ここは飛ぶだけだ
Him trying to keep everybody alive. Bubble mitigating some of the healing coming through here, so Hanbin's still going to be low. MCD taking quite a bit of damage. And Proper does find Sparkle. Blades out. Looks for a little bit more. Deflect on the slate. Won't be able to knock it into Bliss, but he still gets the kill. And cleanup is looking good. So finally breaking through
ない
here
し
are the shock.
マップの
As Hanbin will be
最初のジャンプ
finished
が
off. So now they can finally start to into Bliss, but he still gets the kill. Coming through here, so Hanbin's
Bob available.
ここでマップが飛びます
Rally
飛
rolling.
んだことによってディーバが守りに
Trying
来
to
るん
keep
だけ
everybody
ど
alive. Bubble mitigating some
But
of the
the Devo
healing coming
helpful
through
knife
here, so
is
Hanbin's
really
still
nice.
going to be low. MCD taking quite a bit of damage.
で降りた
Proper
時も移動
does
スキル
find
がない
Sparkle. Blades out. Looks for a little bit more. Deflect
Yeah,
on the
those don't
slate.
have-
Won't be able to
yeah.
knock it into Bliss, but he still gets the
降
kill.
りてきたん
The
で
cleanup is looking good. So
味方を
finally breaking through
守
here
ることもできる
are the shock. As Hanbin will be demeched
ディ
and
ーバの
finished
味
off.
方を守るの
So
に
now
あ
they
る
can
程度の
finally
セー
start
ル
to
スが
push. But I
必
mean,
要だ
this
か
was
ら
nearly 4
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean, this is
この辺を
crazy.
整理下がり
Like, the way in which San Francisco Shock pulled this off too without the
Yeah, they
Nano, Gurio does not get value out of his ultimate. And Dallas Fuel have done a great job of stalling this out, but San Francisco Shock winning that fight, which was a tough fight to take there, given the positioning. It's really impressive. Still holding the EMP. There it is.
They use it, and Proper immediately plays off the back as they find 3 quick kills. So really nice shutdown here. They knew that Fuel were going to have enough time to go for a recontest, but they completely squash it in one fell swoop. Sparkle will find one for his troubles, but then is going to be taken down. So a little bit of extra time in the time bank now for the side of the shock. Just over 2 minutes to try to finish
それ
Dorado.
はしょうがないこ
Dallas
と
Fuel
で
will consider a swap to a Reaper here on
こ
this
れきっち
final
り
point.
キーパー
See
が
that
高台を
split
取
spawn,
って
but it
る
looks
の
like
で
it's actually going to be the Fuel who are doing okay. And we'll find Max. Take him down just moments before the Primal was
やらなきゃい
ready.
けないサポートはしてる
MCD is
けど
going to have the Transcendence available here. It looks like they're just going to hold
コン
with
ブ
this
ラはやっぱ
composition,
こう
use
常
the
に
Dynamite, try to
足
slow
で
this
やる
push
プ
down,
レッシャーを
hold
か
the
けたい
Archway at height
コンブ
here
ラ
at
と
range. I should say with the line of sight they
でき
have.
ればここに行ってほしくない
Not gonna feel
そ
too
れを
bad
下ろしてる
about
のが
this
でき
track.
たら
Well, I say that.
それで下ろしてるとそれだけペイロードが
Back
かか
up.
り
Proper's instantly there. Drop back down
こ
again.
の辺は
Needs some healing. It's actually going to be the Nano and the Gurio, and that feels really
でナノブー
bad.
ストを吐かせる
Try to have to use it on him.
Rather
Have to
use
try to
that
use it
in
on
the
him.
trance at least, though.
Still under fire though. Tagged low, and Proper dashes in, finds a second. Max will get Bliss and Sparkle. He's only able to drag one back. It's the Sombra as well, which is going to be the least valuable pick that you could possibly get in this situation. So Cardigan going to be moving forward, and Sparkle was lucky to get out here with his life intact.
これさっき
Proper's
したか
just
ったんだろうけ
holding
ど。
this door with his blade. Dashed through and got the blade with the nano, didn't need to use it initially. Kind of an awkward timing for that one, but holding the door for one extra moment. Now they've got the primal to keep them off this card as it pushes through.
Gurio is just going to go ahead and knocks him back into the spawn room. Transcendence is getting batted away, so they can't really get this over to the card. Keeping him at distance, his finish is in the back, taking pot shots, and keeping everybody healed up.
Bob, the hero,
Oh, maybe.
holding it for a little bit longer.
He's keeping it locked in a position.
こ
Down
れ、
below a minute.
何個もやっても
Sean should be able to just get this one through.
ポイントギリギリ行った時
It's a matter of
に、
time.
あいつは絶対にポイントに絡まなきゃいけない。
Dallas Fuel can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
They
Rally
got
now going to be
it,
rolling,
so
trying to
free
keep everybody alive. Max again down
They
low on
think
HP,
Mamori
but
got
somehow it's just
free
not
release.
getting picked off. He's just
No,
hovering
no.
around this bubble that they can't break through.
難しいところで。ポイ
And
ントを
just
踏
stay
んで
alive
り
a
ゃ
little bit longer. Humbin eventually gets on top of him with a Doom. Drop down here onto the high ground. Looks for Finn. The
誰
punch
かが
is
ポイン
good.
トを踏ん
Two
で、
kills
誰
for
かが
him.
こうやって
Dive
穴
in
を
the back.
ケアを
Seems
しな
like
い
the
と。
Fuel, they might actually be able to do it.
ウィドウ
The
反
swap
応
here onto the
あったり
Doomfist working wonders for them as the cleanup continues to be found.
Yeah, Sparkle here, just trying what he can to delay some of these spawns. They can't touch.
NC のゼミアッタがでしたので、
Yeah, trying their hardest. Max was blocked out.
で
Was trying to get there in time, but Hanbin was able to get the gatekeep there, stops him from getting the touch, and it's a successful hold right in front of point C at the hands of the
Attack was how great Finn's Ana was consistently
Oh
throughout.
boy.
Here we go.
お
All right, proper. Looks like Max not going to go for the Arisa. Actually swaps over to the Ramatra, but we have a Junkrat for proper. I mean, hey,
黙ったらは
I mean, hit scan player, guys cracked out of his mind, just showed us some really good Genshin mechanics.
っていう見方が俺としては
I'm on board. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Show me this. I mean, you know that Sparkle is going to be running the
だいぶに弱い
Genji,
ん
so
で
the Junkrat can very much help to shut that down. The blade gets pulled, you have a Riptire, instant kill coming through, get him in the trap,
正
whatever
面
it is.
方向の近距離戦闘が強い
Could
ん
pilot
で
this incredibly well, so I'm
囲
excited to
ま
see
れ
what
る
Proper
状
can
況
do.
に弱いん
Max
で
also should be able to peel for the
その一方向を
Ash
ジャン
and
クラッ
Junkrat
トで
pretty well, whoever he's nearest.
Oh, okay, now he's been seen. Yeah, quick double satchel out of there.
ジャンクラットで
He knows that he could get away with grabbing some free ult charge if he's seen late. We'll have to expend that cooldown though, or both of those cooldowns, as you say.
相
And
手の機動力をジャンクラット
there it is.
Rio, there's your widow.
おおナイス
Okay, finds Heesung. Oh, he's looking for a little bit more. Finn takes that
Finn,
body
you're
shot.
brave.
Hanbin, yep, was set up for the dive. Comes through beautifully, gets that kill. Sleep Dart is held. He's trying to get the connection. Did, but Benham just had no way of getting bailed out, so he ends up getting taken down. Proper up into the front line was antied out, sliver of HP, no way to help him out, so ends up dying.
ピック取りまし
Looks like Fuel should get a good amount of distance here as Max is completely disconnected from the rest of the squad playing the coast side. He will fall. And yeah, this push can just go ahead and glide on forward.
It's the Griot Sparkle duo that made that happen, the DP, or rather, the Griot Hanbin duo that made that happen. Those initial two picks that get them around the corner here. Now they're going to contest for A
た。マ
as
ジ
they
で
near
移
the
動対移
fountain.
動は
I mean, this is just a cap.
Yeah, they just can't get through. The choke point not controlled here by the Junkrat.
Right.
Proper's naded, and that's the end of that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Taken
almost
down.
there.
Sparkle getting the better of him.
レに
Max
作る
with
ん
a
だ
pummel will find Bliss. 1 for 1.
体を
But
枯らしちゃいけ
so
ないか
much
ら
time now to work through here for the shock. 5 minutes in the time
So-
bank. Pretty monstrous here for Fuel.
しようとしてるのが
As
バレてる
Finn's
タイ
got
ミング
nowhere to
で
go.
ちょっと
Should
はしちゃいけな
die.
い
Sparkle grabs the health back, but no. Finn manages to
But they got
turn the
both of them,
tides.
so
Nice little charge up on the right
fine.
click there. Finds the kill in the
相手
end.
の移動の
Was
立
really
ち位置
well helped out by Max. But now has his ultimate online. I don't think he'll need it to duel this Winston. Forces the ult.
He does. Well, Finn, I mean, he's still playing here within the building, so it does end up getting
移
cleaved
動で移
down.
動を抜くタイ
I've
ミ
been
ングっ
finding
てい
some
うのは
value. Jumps into the back. He's looking for a little
相手の
bit
移動
more.
が
Wants to take out Benham, but
他の
Sleep
ヒーロ
Dart
ーを
again
狙って
connects, and he's low on
タイミング
HP, so Heesung can finish him with the body shot.
A little bit of Hanzo action up here as well. We didn't really talk about this, but Proper is taking the high ground with this Hanzo, is trying to get some more information about where that enemy Widow is.
こっち見てるタイミングって絶対 ADAD してる
Don't shoot at that one.
お互いに
Yeah, definitely should not
移
do
動の
that.
球に
Heesung,
当たら
though,
ないような立ち回りをする
does
から
open things up a little bit
Not
here
as right.
for the shock to find some defensive hold. A good kill. Nano now
移
going
動
out. That's
で
on
移
the
動を抜く
Proper,
時
actually.
は
The match against Sparkle, who's got the blade pulled. He's looking for a
後
target,
方の
and
穴
he's
を
going to be able to get on top of
反動を狙
Benham.
ってますっていうと
Has to resheath the blade, but still gets both supports in
相
the
手の
end.
車線を
Hunter
見
finds
て
Proper,
強く
and that should just be point B. I mean,
I
we're
wouldn't
looking at
yeah.
4.5 minutes
だからもっと
here for this. Actually, more than that, nearly
真ん
5.5
中高専でなまっ
Yeah.
て
for the side of the Fuel as they go into the final stretch.
Looking very good for the fuel here.
それをこうやるんだったら
And okay.
腹立つ車
He
で
just doesn't even scope in for it.
Nope. And Heesung will be taken out. Sparkle in full control here. And San Francisco Shock here, they've got the Transcendence online. They will have the Hanzo ult as well, but it's, you know, it's only going to be temporary value, that ult. He needs to be getting more kills. He's done a decent amount of damage, but they're not actually getting those eliminations. This Hanzo pick isn't working very well for the Shock at the moment. There's just too many threats. He has to deal with the Widow and the diving Genji.
Yeah. Okay, Dragon Strike let loose. Jump on the high ground there from Hanbin, just forcing back the members of the Shock, not giving them that advantageous position. Keeps them down low on the ground. Rally rolling from Bliss, trying to keep everybody alive, but Hanbin does end up falling. Sunk picking up the kill as he's now since swapped over onto the Genji, and Proper, they will be able to at least pick up one. He's trying to get Goodyo, and he eventually will with Storm Arrow into the head. So kills found, 4 minutes, 20 seconds now remaining here for the side of the field. Still a hell of a lot of time bank to chew through here for the Shock. They want to walk away with the win.
I don't think they want to really back off here and go towards the point itself. I think trying to control this choke and utilizing the high ground as they are here with Ramatra and Hanzo Poke is actually the better way. It's going to be the most time efficient in terms of the burning that they can get. Max here also about to have his ultimate. San Francisco Shock, when they lose control, they can fight back as they are now. Here's the Nano.
Okay, now on the hot Finn. Primal will be built up in the fight. Finn already using now that Transcendence, but Proper not both there. Ends up getting picked off. Maybe he was antied out either way. Still a costly loss. Finn as well going to get taken down. Bliss finds that elimination. Max knows that there's no point in using the ult at this point. Needs to just go ahead and go for the reset.
They were having that forward hold, but this is the consequence, right? Proper grabbing a headshot kill, but still, they're not as grouped up. Dallas will have gotten in, they've gotten control, they're going to have a blade. This is the cost of taking that aggressive hold. They got split up a little bit, and were punished with that Nano.
They would love to get Hanbin, but it's just too risky for them to push into that position. But even forcing the Primal at that point would have been a big boon for the side of the Shock, but yeah, they just can't quite make it happen. Really good trigger discipline from Hanbin to not pop it. Max now just watching the flank. Rotate back over to the cart, which is currently rolling back. Is Hanbin just juggling around Finn. Blade pulled out from Sparkle. Hisang also has his ready to go. He's using it. Just can't seem to find any kills. But obviously, not getting too much eyes on it. But there he goes. You see him for now. Takes Hanbin low, but can't find the kill.
Them here just trying to get Max up and healed. Ult's popped.
Still though, getting tagged up. Puts the hands up to keep himself protected. The Dragon Strike finds Sparkle. It's a big boon now. Still though, since the last time we checked in, it's only half of the time bank drained away. Max with a nice kill on the back end will get one,
Max is popping
he
off.
Cannot overstay his welcome, but it looks like he's going to be just fine. Proper arrives, they take down Bliss. Headshot across Han, but nearly eliminated, and that would have been catastrophic.
Hashtag best Ramatra in the Overwatch League?
Just hashtag best.
Like Proper's ult actually did the Dragon Strike actually did so much to peel for him there, and he had so many resources committed to keeping him alive, but he got insane value out of that forward push. Now maybe punished for it a little bit as the Zarya swap comes through from Hanbin.
Hanbin on Zarya, that's always pretty damn scary. You can see he's already juiced up, has that high energy, but Sparkle ends up falling. Finn with a nice headshot.
I mean, he could nano him.
That kill. I mean,
he will.
Yeah.
I think, you know, once that charge is fully up, and it almost is. There's the nano.
Okay, Nano does go across. Hanbin receives it. So goes back around the corner. The sticky bombs get MCD. Bliss a little bit too late with the pull of the trigger there. Can't keep everybody alive, but the grab comes in. They get Proper locked in, but Finn takes down Hanbin. That's going to be the biggest threat now dealt with. Sparkle as well returns on the Soldier 76. Instantly met with death. And the Shock will continue to hold.
Shock on the verge of winning this show match right now. If they can actually pull off this miracle hold. 5:20 on the clock was the time bank. We're down to 120, sub 120 now. Dallas Phil using all of their tools. Nano boost onto the Zarya. The grab comes out. They've got nothing left in the tank but an EMP.
Oh, he's on going low. Has to use the dupe. Drops down, is trying to get an elimination, but looks like he's not going to be able to get one. It looks like the blade is also a bit of a far cry hope for him. Receives a little bit of healing, but this dupe is going to expire now in 3 seconds. Blade pulled, maybe he can get a swipe across. He does. Tags up Bliss, but can't get the kill, but it might not matter because Vinheim still finds MCD in the end, so a support down. Dash in. See how desperately Bliss is trying to get past this wall of Shock players, and somehow, some way, he managed to make it happen. Finn on the other side is playing around Mega Pack, ends up getting taken down. Hanbin finding the elimination, but now Max just shooting at them, trying to find the kill. Has that annihilation ready to go. Yeah, Over's going to be taking a hell of a lot of damage. Ends up getting picked off. Bliss going to be taken down. Respawn's getting ready to come through. Fuel will have a hell of a run back. Try to get themselves into position to try to get this card across the line, but Sparkle gets domed.
Proper playing the game on hard mode right now. On this Hanzo.
Okay, well, they kill each other.
Buying a ton of time. Gurio here hiding out, waiting for this EMP opportunity. This is such a close game right now. One fight to win it.
Cart. Somebody's got to touch. Somebody has to touch. No one's going to touch.
Wow. All right. San Francisco Shock just let it roll. And that will bring us to a at the end. It does feel weird, but it was one of those occasions where, like, it was rare that Zarya wasn't played by a DPS player, actually, and Hanbin would play it, but...
76% for that Pharah to try to have the ult. Hanbin narrowly avoids falling down into the koi pond. This MCD will find Heesung, so trade out one DPS on either side.
Ult and line of sight.
Yep.
Great angle, potentially.
Tries to get those punches across. Are here in control center. First.
There's a fan meeting afterwards, of course, where all the fans who are here will be able to see the teams up close and personal. But we're on Lijiang. And actually, Hanbin has chosen to play Ramatra. It's not Ramatra control, he just says, this is what I want to play.
At least for now. Let's see if that changes, as we are here in control center. First rail there from Proper, not going to find a connection, but gets a headshot up across on the Sparkle. Punish there from him. It's okay, maybe overstepping a bit. Then going to be taken down as Hanbin tries to get those punches across, does get the pummel onto one, eventually falls, but the trade-up is absolutely huge. Dallas Fuel looking good, and I think they started the fight off without their Junkrat, which is going to be a big part of their damage, and they still managed to get the team kill.
It means that Sparkle is not going to have a ton of charge here, which is difficult to defend with, but if he can get in a position which he has here, then, still a great angle potentially. Now, it's obviously hard to use those grenades against Zarya because she's going to be getting charge off of them. Heesung's down first.
Shock on the back foot once more after a retreat over towards the dropship as Hanbin just looks to hold the door.
It's hard for Proper to get an angle for line of sight here to hit railgun shots, so you can see he's really struggling here to break through this choke. He's getting poked at by the Ramatra. Whenever he gets an angle to try to shoot this Junkrat, he's praying he gets that shot in, but he's not able to kill Sparkle yet.
He's looking for it, gets right on top of him, but the Kitsune Rush now comes out, and Max may be overstepping a little bit. Grab going to be invested. Trying to get this turnaround here on the fight. The HP bars across the board are just plummeting, but still somehow, some way, it's the Fuel who managed to hold out.
If Hanbin hadn't died and he had lived just a little bit longer, I think this would have been a cleaner fight. As it is, I think it's going to be difficult for Dallas Fuel to hold on to it. That being said, trickling through here, Max wants to stay alive and keep what charge he has left on the Zarya. They don't actually try to contest. They're just going to regroup, and Dallas Fuel, despite not being grouped up really at all, hold the point. Hanbin's back here now with Doomfist, and they've got a Rip Tire for the defense. Plus, Gurio with ult and line of sight.
Yeah, Proper needs to go absolutely huge here with this overclock when it comes out. So far, just continues to hold on to it. Shock occupying the center of the point. Kitsune Rush to look to try to win the fight. That's going to be the drop here. The beat comes through. Clock out as well. Looks like it's going to work a treat. Proper doing exactly what he needed to do. Not a second to spare.
Well, there you go. You're like, he's got to come up big with it. He does absolutely that. And
he's looking for Blizz. I'm like, Blizz is already out of there.
Yeah. So what Uber coined a shotgun, the way he was using the overclock there. Actually, it was Mr. X who coined that in the finals, I think, where you're just like, yep, you slide in, I'm doing the damage, I'm cleaning up house. Gets big kills here in San Francisco. Shock actually still hold this Zarya charge, the ult charge, that is to say 75% of it. So there's an opportunity here to defend despite the odds looking insurmountable.
Well, first I was going to say they need to deal with his tire, and Heesung did with his face. He's dead. The kill comes in, Proper going to be hounded down as well. Killed by the slow field. Big opening out for the field to just go ahead and regain control at this point.
Consider swapping here after the well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you can control this choke. Max needs to get on the point. Somebody needs to get in there, but he needs to get that charge up. Shock, get in there!
Get in there, Shock! Grab at the ready. They do have the OT forced. High energy, grab in, solo on to Sparkle. Somehow he's not dead. He finally will fall. Then he'll be able to find Gurio as well. So now going to be DPS on the side of the Dallas Fuel, but Hanbin is still alive, still holds on to his annihilation, and I think he's just going to be holding it into the next round because he doesn't need it. The cleanup comes in. It's 139% Fuel.
Overwhelm him and blow him up there, and did not end up happening that way. Dallasfield taking the first round. And Sparkle, he's always been a great Junkrat player. It's one of those niche picks for him, but played it really well. This time he's going to be swapping over to the Mercy. We have seen this composition already here in Korea on this patch, on this very map. It's an old classic. See if Proper can knock him out of the sky.
And Hanbin moving over to the Wrecking Ball. So Farmer C plus the Tracer. Proper has his work cut out for him now, trying to snipe him. Sparkle his way up here into the window. It's a little bit of damage down. Eventually finds Finn with a direct shot at the very end. For the people off the side, can't quite get Max off the map, but still does quite a bit of damage. As the rail is built up, but he goes wide.
It's really hard for Proper to actually get shots off. He needs a rail to actually knock this far out of the sky. And Sparkle can just dodge it using the Yoda. Recalls back into an unsafe spot, points away. As Bliss still just sitting here. Sparkle completely topped up. Sparkle pushing that he had a second Mercy. But not in this game. Nice shot, as you say, finds one. He's gone down, Hanbin down low on HP. Bliss does not make it out. He's able to go ahead and hound them down. Gets the Farah as well. Been coming through. Here's to see if they're going to continue to pilot this, because that was just the initial lockdown, by the way. Yeah.
Didn't get control of the point, so it's 7% of the way of the shock.
They did a ton of damage, but this composition doesn't have great sticking power. It's great at harass, it's great at finding like side picks and just blasting away and getting ults early, but as you say, it didn't work out in terms of controlling point itself. Sparkle does go ahead and swap over to the Tracer. The field charge he had just carrying through, and San Francisco Shock feeling amazing right now with the ult lead they have, as well as positional advantage.
I mean, this Gurio's swapping as well, obviously. He goes off the Tracer, goes to the Sojourn and trying to match. So a huge chunk of percentage now lost. There's like 76% for that Farah to try to have the ult. But narrowly avoids falling down into the coin pond. Find Hisung, so trade out one DPS on either side, getting taken down. Fuel trying to occupy the point. He's spotting one, just on the backside of the sign. Just can't quite nail his Kudais, so doesn't find any kills yet. Minefield going to be dropped at the entrance here. As Max goes pushing forward, pummels at the ready, and you can see just how fast he's able to swing those fists once the Kitsune Rush comes in.
They just cannot cap this point. Rushes are traded here, but you could really feel, as you said, that lack of ult for Gurio really hurting right now, and Proper gets a ton of value out of his. Now they have defensive annihilation here. Versus a sound barrier, mind you, but that's still going to just get burned away. Dallasfield in dire straits here.
We're going to have a final fight here for the Shock if they can close it. Take us to a final round. Sparkle
find a pick. I mean, he would be the great way to open this one up.
He's dashing through. He's going to be looking for it. Stick connected there from Hisung, but a recall out. Maybe
Proper's awful
to try to avoid that one. Yeah, Proper does get taken down. Hanbin, however, punched to death as the pulse pump from Sparkle will be able to find Finn in the end. So it's going to be a tank for two. Proper looking to rejoin, but the point just now starting to get flipped, gets interrupted as the recontest comes in. Hisung has to back away, goes right back in for more. Might just be able to still win this one out.
It's close.
Game taken down. High value found here for Sparkle. Cuts around the back. He's trying to deal with Finn as well, but it's going to be Gurio who comes up with that kill. Proper, just moments before they clean up finally in. 99% established for the side of the Shock, but the Fuel gained control.
Now, had Shock just let that point go, they would have given over way less ult charge. Now they're facing a lot of ults for Dallasfield. Now they have time to get the flip themselves, so it's not a terrible situation by any means. It's still a good situation for them.
With the lap he's on.
Yeah. And he has now passed him. Hanbin almost with his own defensive annihilation, but one pick here for the Shock, and all they need is one flip.
Okay, Kitsune Rush from MCD. Just looking to try to hold this. Into the corner they go. Proper going to be taken down. Sparkle holds on to the pulse bombs. I don't need it yet. We'll hold this for a future fight, a future pick. Continues to hound down Vinheim, takes him lower and low, but it seems like Vinheim will manage to escape back to the Symphony of the dropshot.
Now the name of the game here for Dallasfield is to basically use one ult per defense if they can, or as little as possible, right? So they use the Kitsune Rush, now they can use the Annihilation here and or Overclock, then by the time of the Sound Barrier, it is winnable.
Sparkle's kind of getting tagged up from all sides. So coming in on the flank, hits him in the head with a melee.
にはこれは
Kills to be
早
found
めに
quite
され
just
た
yet,
か
though.
ら、
Same rush built up. Finn pops that one pretty much instantly. Fists come up from Hanbin, just trying to stay alive. Pulls back successfully around the corner. Pulls
お
bomb
互い
out.
に
Not
相
gonna
手の
find a
使
kill.
わせる時間ができた。
Coming
そ
as
れでサウン
well.
ドバリアから
So
を
that means the
押し切
annihilation
る。
expires.
じゃないサウ
Sparkle
ンドバリ
question mark. Not sure what
ア。
happened
サウ
there.
ンド
Maybe
バリア
recall
で
involved in Koi Pond. Either way, it's gonna be
あ
Hisam,
れ
who's the tracer that comes up big. 2 kills for him.
取り
Pulls
っていうか
behind the enemy tank. MCD gonna be dealt with.
から
Now it's going to be a sound barrier dropping solo onto himself here for Bliss to try to buy some time, but it's just not going to happen. So the closeout should come through. Nice push back there. They know they can't touch. And that means that this 7-map set is going to be going the distance with a third round.
Yep. Run back. Running it back here. The ESET run back series. And
Brought to you by
どっ
ESET.
ちが正解なんだ
yes.
ろう。
Look, the
その時の
the
状況
crazy
による
thing
んだ。
about this,
今の
this
場合は
map
完
is
全
I
に
feel
サウ
like
ンドバリア
Shock
を
has taken so many
持ってるショッ
risky
クは
calls, and
引
some
くべ
of
き
them
だ。
have absolutely
サウ
paid
ンド
off,
バリア
and the
か
other
け
ones
るのは。
haven't. Like giving Fuel that ult
逆
charge
にそ
was,
こ
it
を
looked really bad, right? But then they played out the attack
銃
onto
側のミス
Hanbin's
なのか。
annihilation so beautifully. We're super patient, coming in slowly,
説
getting
明
that
上で
angle
ラマットラの
proper,
アルティメットを
and
差し切れるのか
I
ど
mean,
う
now
か。
it just comes down to one round, this whole best of
多分
seven.
差し切れないよ。
One final round of control here on Lijiang. Both teams running the Ramatra. It's going to be mirrored Sojourn Tracer.
Okay. Full mirror across the board. Everybody meeting in the side room. As Hanbin is, I mean, fearlessly charging up there. Shout out to Fearless. Paul starting to come out as well, but so much pressure. Can they actually keep him alive?
あ、タンクのいいダメージ差ができた。
So far, the answer is yes, but
ルシオを取られたから、
him
なか
falling,
なかき
Sparkle
つい
dead
か。
on one side.
Lucio
Fuel should be able to
取られるとマジ
just go ahead and edge it out from now. From here is, yeah, the cleanup will start coming through.
All right. Well, you know, as it turns out, like they do get a lot of those resources onto Hanbin,
Yeah,
and
Amateur
he's able
Mirror
to
に
survive.
Lucio
And that
取られると
fight
マジで
looked bad because I believe it was Sparkle was picked first there because all the Afudo was being used on Hanbin. Like MCD's just blasting him non-stop with the healing, so the DPS is getting any love, and they still win that war of attrition. Now we could just kind of freely poke and harass here and try to get that early annihilation.
I mean, they're going a bit of a flanking maneuver, but the point is just going to be taken. I mean, the inside track established, and Shock grabbed the point, the headshot comes across, Sparkle is going to be dead, and I think the Fuel just really outpositioned themselves here by going, trying to go a little bit more aggressive. They end up falling apart.
Yeah, playing for the annihilation, but not only not getting it, but as you say, giving line of sight to proper here with point control, meaning that the choke point that Dallas Fuel is trying to control, they actually just get outlapped, they get outsped basically onto the point, and then they have to fight into their own choke point they were supposed to be controlling, all because they want to make sure Hanbin can get that faster annihilation.
あんな球110当てきれるわけない。
Disruptor shot.
動いてる状態
Doing quite a bit of damage there from Proper. Pulse bomb now at the ready. Kitsune rush, Pulse bomb goes down, they dive away from it. No one ends up getting picked off. Max now under pressure, continues to fall low. Hanbin able to go ahead and chip away at him with his own annihilation. Vim as well, going to fall victim to it. As the flip starts coming through, Shock gets set up at around 41%. There it is. And the cap comes in. Dallas Fuel back in control.
Now, I'm really curious to see if Shock are going to try to just bully their way onto the point, knowing Annihilations are traded here and use the sound barrier advantage for a cap, or if they're going to try to get proper into a weird angle here with the overclock. Because those are your two real options.
Or you just do that.
Yep, if you get a pick, that's all you need.
Yep, finds one, pops the overclock. Bliss going to be taken down at the same time. He's finding that kill now. MCD dead, no supports, just Hanbin Goryeo left
こ
alive.
れは初手のルシオのワンディス取り返し
So the flip comes in right as they lose control, right as they lose the lead.
これあるか
And
ら
Shock just retake it.
They get to keep Vindam's, you know, the sound barrier. And so, you know, a lot of options here for Shock. They're going to play Warrior for proper,
オーバーウォッチ
greedy.
おいオーバーウォッチ2が
That
ワンミ
was
ス許されないゲ
a bit of a
ー
Lee Jae-gon
ム
moment.
これなんだよ
I can win this fight.
Nope. Can't break those
Can't break
cuffs.
those cuffs.
このデスを相手が上手かったか
Well,
ら
that's
で
going to
す
give
から永
proper a
遠と
ton of
勝てな
ult
くな
charge
る
here.
は
Already
い
halfway up.
Oh my god.
Look,
This
just so you
is
know.
an absolute animal.
これをいか
I mean,
に
he's
ロ
just
ジック
cycling
で倒すか
one
ら
after the other. He's just like, and you go back to the
Every
respawn.
ロジックがめちゃめちゃダラス上手かったんだよ最
Oh
後
my goodness. Okay, well, he's still continuing to look for some more.
もちろん
Up
ト
to
ップだって
60%
ここまで
nearly of
稼
his
いで
ult
たら
now.
この辺のロ
And
ジッ
Dallas
ク
Field
が無駄なわ
frozen
けじゃ
here
ない
at this choke.
Okay, they do force him back finally. They managed to break
チーム
out
単位の動きで
from their spawn, basically.
で
The
きる
shield clock is going to be used. Goryeo sliding
Almost
over the
sound over
sides,
yet.
still taking quite a bit of damage. Hisang trying to hound him down, and eventually he does get that
ラマッ
kill
トラもでも上がるから
as
ね
well, looking to just hold firm in the front lines,
無
needs
理やり
some
踏まな
heals
きゃい
as
け
the
ない
Kitsune Rush
キャ
comes
ラク
in.
ター
He
は
should be able to receive him.
おすす
HP
め
bar is still
あり
very
かな
low on
と
the side of the
するけ
shock,
ど
but
リンも
looks like with that rush, they should be able to win
ラ
this
マッ
one
タ
out.
は
Proper going to be taken down, however, as
もう
MCD comes up with a
い
second
い
kill, but he still needs so much more than that if they want to win this one out. Sparkle
ラマッタの
dashes
ね
in,
非常に
tries to
面
keep
白
this
いよね
contested. Gurio rejoins, is
保存は
instantly
まだ
met
まだ
with the pulse bomb, and the closeout comes through. San Francisco Shock will take Lijiang Tower as well as the run back series for themselves.
Taking the run back series, didn't win the Overwatch League Grand Finals, but will win a nice consolation prize here against this roster of the Fuel. And Fuel's last time playing together with some of these players, obviously we had some substitution. It's not really the finals roster at all anymore. But we got to see Fuel on stage 1.
ところだよね。あの火力でこの移動スキル持ちはずるいよね。でもって偏差落ちだからルシオいてもそんなに迷惑にならないし、ベタに合うんだよね。そんな感じで解説終わります。まあ見て、アイカブ残していくんで、見てくれた人はぜひチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。では、さようなら。